When do we start?
No, I think.
50 seconds ago?
Yeah, should I keep my glasses on or off?
I think the glasses
They're
are
fine
good.
on.
They're cool look.
They're good, like, I feel like I need to be more like this because I look like a big fat oof.
You are a big fat oaf.
Hey everybody, my name is Lloyd Edgar.
My name is Lloyd Edgar.
Hi
Can you-
everybody, my name is Lloyd Edgar.
I put up with this shit. Why'd I go? Why did we arrange this? So this is, what is this? This is a podcast. My name's Lloyd Edgar. What's your names?
My name's Lloyd Edgar.
Fuck off.
My name
Hi.
is Edgar Lloyd.
I'm Dan.
I'm Max.
This is the Roblox review.
That's not the name.
We can't call it that.
We're not reviewing Roblox.
Episode 1, the Roblox review.
We can't call it the Roblox
Well, we
review.
won't call it the Roblox review.
Well, what are we calling it then?
I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
The fat cast.
I'm Fat, the
After
podcast.
you- yeah,
I'm
after
Fat
your-
Podcast. I'm Podcast.
I'm
After
podcast.
Your takeoff premiere series. Premiere YouTube series.
Yeah. It lasted like, what, 10 episodes.
I'm fat. Last year, you got
And then
into...
like a secret El Dorado
Yeah.
long lost
You
episode.
got to episode 10 and then decided, you know what, this is series 2.
I'm not fat anymore.
I've had enough 10-minute episodes to make a whole first series out of this.
Yeah. 100 minutes, 90 minutes, that's okay. That's like one movie. You can watch it's...
I'm Fat
yeah.
the movie.
I'm Fat the movie.
I'm
We
Fat
could edit it.
the game of the movie of the book of the TV series of the graphic novel.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Exactly.
The sequel?
Movies don't last an hour and a half anymore.
What, like 2? Do you think...
2 movies?
No, like 2 hours, do you think is
Yeah.
the...
I mean, quite a few movies these days last like 3 hours, and you're just sitting
Yeah.
there
I
like.
can't stand it. Far too long.
3-hour films.
I have things to be getting on with. Like, I can't sit for 2
That's-
hours watching a
That's
movie.
why I refuse.
It's a commitment.
That's why I refuse to watch Titanic.
Because it's like a 4-hour epic.
It's literally 3 hours long, and I'm like, I do not.
It's an endeavor.
I do not care about these people to be watching them for 3 hours.
If you
You do
just
not.
wanted to watch Leonardo DiCaprio suffer, just put me in a room
Yeah.
with no distractions.
Put
and
Leonardo Jr.
Yeah.
then Leo Jr.
into a room.
Yeah. So what are we doing on this podcast? What?
Not reviewing Roblox.
Not
Just
a Roblox review.
I've never played Roblox, so I can't review it.
We could get it up.
No, I'm alright. I'm okay.
We have a computer and we have some lovely graphics here, as Diane pointed out earlier, and we can like get stuff up.
I don't think we should get up Roblox.
To show
This
the
is
world.
the 21st century.
This
I
is
think-
the 21st century.
I think we should attempt to have a conversation with each other before
we
resorting
before we resort to a let's play.
resort to distracting ourselves and not talking anymore.
Okay. So we came in. We did very little preparation for this show. We thought we're gonna just talk. We're gonna shoot the shit.
Let's just talk.
We're gonna shoot the shit for an hour and a half. We're gonna talk about some shit.
Shit.
Some shit.
Don't do that. That's gross.
Okay, that's too much.
ASMR podcast now.
So
Do they make ASMR? Oh, yes, they do.
They do.
They have like hour-long ASMR videos.
too long.
Do people watch those? Do people listen to ASMR for an hour?
My dad listens to ASMR.
Seriously.
Actually, does he?
No, 100%. He seriously listens to ASMR, and everyone else in my family hates it.
Does
and
he
then-
enjoy it? Does he sit like
On loudspeaker in his room. He's
He
got a
goes-
speaker set up, 52-point surround sound.
condensed? He's sitting in the center of the room, and the sound's just
He's like,
condensed onto
"Yeah,"
him.
and he's
that,
like having an out of body experience, like drooling. No, he listens to it to help him sleep apparently. And I went
gross.
onto his Spotify, and like the entire like
ASMR.
recently listened was like ASMR, and I was like, Steven, can I talk to you for a second, please? And I was like, what is this? And
You
he was
need
like,
to have-
it's ASMR. And I was like, we don't listen to ASMR in this household. While you're under my roof, you will not be partaking in any audio sensory meridian response videos or sound bites at all.
That's
Like,
a bullshit name. Did you know that?
What?
audio sensory meridian response?
Yeah, they wanted to like come up with some kind of scientific name to describe it because it's just like a bunch of idiots online. Because it means orgasm. It just means orgasm. So
It's just-
Orgasm?
yeah,
It's just the tingles.
It's gross. I
It's
hate
the
it.
tingles.
It's just
I hate it though.
people talking softly in a mic.
We can try it.
No, I don't want to try it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Roblox review.
Get away from the mic.
We're gonna be reviewing Roblox today, and I'm very excited
I'm excited too, Max.
to be here with my friends. I really like being here with my friends.
No, I'm done with that.
I can't do that.
I am done.
Ugh.
I'm not doing that anymore.
That's gross.
That was like painful just to do. Like,
I don't understand how you can fall asleep with someone whispering, like this random guy living in Australia or
Yeah.
something.
Have you seen the ones where they dress up?
No.
ASMR
Yeah.
roleplay.
Yeah, there's one where a
ASMR
guy like
roleplay.
dressed up in like steampunk gear and he's got like a mask. It's creepy. It's really
Wait,
scary.
what does he do? What does he?
What
Does
is
he
he-
like?
I'll get it up.
This is what he do.
This
Does
is
he like?
This is the 21st century.
Does he build like flipping? Oh, background budget music videos. I can talk about them.
Budget music.
Yeah,
okay.
budget music videos. No, it's what do they dress up? Because it's an audio thing, isn't it? What does he do? Build machines in front of the
Yeah,
camera.
he like wears a I'm trying to find it. I vaguely remember this guy. It was really creepy.
If
Here he
this
is.
is-
Here he is.
So he's got. We've stopped talking about it. We've already resourced to the computer. I don't like him.
Just going through the book of planes.
Yeah, he is Australian. I didn't even know he was Australian.
I like the
And
gloves.
he's just
the
going
fingerless
through,
gloves.
going through
And the
little-
black nail polish. Oh, honey.
going through leather books.
19 and a half
And
minutes.
who is this guy? What's this guy's called? Does he have a name? And his little
Go
steampunk-
some. Do you know what? He's doing his thing. People like it. Who can we judge?
Foster artwork.
I liked the description. Yes, it's a modified Nerf gun. You don't need to comment, as 1,000 people already have. Lol. First off, I want to apologize for my atrocious British accent in this video. Haha, but I thought it would fit the part.
You know
Smiley
what?
face.
He's doing what he loves.
He's doing what he likes. He's giving people things that they like.
I support people who partake in all kinds of activities so long
Yeah.
as they aren't illegal or like morally questionable. And you know what? If you want to dress up in a steampunk outfit and pretend to be a merchant and just whisper into a camera for 19 minutes, then you do that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
live your dreams.
Hit
You
it.
live your life.
Take your life in your hands.
Yeah.
And be that British steampunk guy. That's grim.
You be that British
I'm
steampunk
not
guy.
happy.
We came in. We're going to talk about some movies as well.
What I want to talk about, what I wanted to talk about was Netflix originals.
Okay, what's wrong?
Here's what I've noticed about Netflix originals is the majority of them are god awful.
They're okay.
Some of them are.
I'm-
Okay, here's a trend. Their original movies and like their sci-fi movies and fantasy movies and all those, they aren't great.
They're okay.
But the documentaries are good.
Yeah.
Because here's what Netflix can do. They have money. Netflix has a lot of money. So
Wow,
they can,
Netflix
Really?
has money. Oh my god.
Netflix has a lot of money. So what they can do is they can go out and pay for these like resources and interviews and meet these people and find this like lost footage. And then when you stick it into an interview, that's a documentary. That's what you want to see. You want to see all this
Yeah,
lost
like
footage.
like Dirty Money.
Yeah. Well, I haven't. Okay, I watched the first 10 minutes of Dirty Money. First 10 minutes of the first episode of Dirty Money.
It's good.
It's okay, but I want like the juice, you know.
Meat.
I want the meat.
That's the potatoes.
It's going into like
You want the meat.
it's going into like a whole history lesson at the start about how Hitler was the founder of Volkswagen. And I'm like, no, give me the scandal. That's what I want from this series.
Yeah.
No, because I watched what's it called? What Happened, Miss Simone, which is a documentary about Nina Simone, which was I'm probably slightly biased because I'm a fan anyway, and I like her a lot anyway.
I don't know who is it.
Who is she?
She's a singer. She was the high priestess of soul. She was a jazz singer, and she like got very involved in like the black.
Daniel with his jazz.
Yeah, she got very involved in like the black civil rights movement,
Okay.
and you know she wanted to be a classical pianist. She wanted to be like the first black classical pianist in America. And then like civil rights happened, and she got very involved with that.
Civil rights happened.
It just happened.
Yeah, it
They
didn't
woke
just,
up.
It didn't
Whoa.
just happen. All the
Oh,
black,
man.
all the black people were like, "Hey, we don't want to be slaves anymore." Like, imagine.
Yeah.
But it's a good documentary. It's a really good documentary because they have all these interviews from people who knew her, like her daughter and her husband, like footage of an interview with her husband that nobody had seen before, and all this lost footage of concerts that she'd done that nobody has seen before, and interviews with Malcolm X's daughters, who she was friends with. And that's why it's interesting. That's why you want to watch it, because you have all this stuff that you haven't seen before. Meanwhile, you go to stuff like you told me to watch. You told me to watch the Cloverfield paradox.
Yeah.
And I'm skeptical enough going into Netflix originals, but you'd watch this and you'd said to me it's brilliant.
It's brilliant. It is.
You said to me it's brilliant and I need to watch it, and I was like, okay,
He's trusting you.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
putting his
The
faith
last
in
time
you.
you're gonna trust me in that.
pretty much. I was like, okay, I'm trusting you in this. I'm
Daniel,
gonna put aside my prejudice on Netflix.
yeah. Daniel, you hated it.
I did hate it.
I
thought it was very bad.
I watched it and I enjoyed it. I like the other Cloverfield movies. Even that is debatable.
Yeah.
The original Cloverfield, not very highly rated. Like, what's that got? Like a 7 on IMDb.
7 is alright.
Cloverfield Lane. That's got like 7.5. I love that movie.
I liked that a lot.
I thought it would have been better if it wasn't a Cloverfield movie.
Yeah, if it was like a
Yeah.
weird post-apocalyptic, like, it was a psychological horror until like the last 20 minutes of the movie, and then like, remember, it's Cloverfield, guys.
Yeah.
It's Cloverfield,
The
and like
ending
the
was a
aliens,
little-
and I was like,
It was a little out of place.
Yeah.
And I, as a Cloverfield fan, I just like, I'll enjoy them. I'm not sitting
but
there
I'm
trying to like,
a Clover fan?
look
You-
at these on scene in this shot. I'm enjoying it from
I get what you mean. I watched the first Cloverfield. I thought it was very good. It's very like a good homage to all the, big monster attacks New York or a city or whatever.
but like
And
in a new format.
yeah. And like the whole, it's one of the things that took off the whole found footage format, and it's one of the most. When people think of found footage films,
They think
they're
Cloverfield. They
like,
think Blair Witch.
Yeah, Cloverfield, Blair Witch. But this was just, I don't know. I haven't watched Cloverfield Lane, so I don't know how well it goes into the whole Cloverfield universe.
Mm-hmm.
Not very well.
But the Netflix one, Cloverfield Paradox, it's like, I guess one of the reasons I didn't like it is because it's like trying to explain all the monsters came from this different dimension or whatever.
I like that.
But I was like, it kind of ruined the first film for me, thinking like, oh,
The mystery.
which was a simple, these people are running from a monster, and it doesn't try to explain what it is or where it came from. It was just simple tension and enjoyable tension and enjoyable mystery to an extent.
Even people are saying that's a problem. It was marketed kind of like, you've seen Cloverfield, you've seen Cloverfield Lane, now you're going to get answers. But it didn't answer any. Did you watch Paradox?
No.
You should have.
My dad watched it though.
What do you think?
He's a big sci-fi nut. He said it was pretty alright.
Really?
I think people are going into it thinking, obviously,
They're
rightly
thinking,
so. They're thinking we're going to get answers.
Cloverfield, so amazing, gonna find out what the hell happened.
They didn't get that, and that's why the Cloverfield fans are upset. And I think normal moviegoers are upset because, well, I don't know why they're upset. Like I think maybe the vocal minority of the actual Cloverfield hardcore fans are really sort of bringing this down.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you actually just look at the normal moviegoers, yeah, okay, it's not a classic. No, you're not going to remember it in 10 years, but for watching a movie for an hour and a half, get a bucket of popcorn out, I think it was enjoyable.
Get all
I
cozied up.
still no, because here's the other thing. I'm gonna shoot you down even more.
Okay, go.
That's me looking at it from like a whole Cloverfield universe standpoint, and I'm like, in the whole Cloverfield universe, no, it doesn't really fit, and it doesn't really do the first film justice. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I enjoyed the first film, but I wasn't like, a die-hard fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go out and try defending it on the internet or anything. Oh, excuse me.
Are you dying? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's all the...
I hope you do.
it's
I
all-
hope he does.
It's everything I drank before we came on here. But as a film, it still is bad. The pacing is all over the place.
I like the breakneck. It's breakneck.
It's not breakneck because you have I can see what it's going for. It's going for that Alien vibe where it's like, 6, 7, 8 people all trapped in like a space station, nowhere to run to, no help to get, and this like unstoppable, like the force that nobody knows what it is trying is out to like kill each and every one of them.
I like that.
I do like that. Alien did it well. I'm gonna talk about this later. Remind me. There's another thing that does it very well, but Cloverfield doesn't do it well because you have this 10 minutes of. Not even 5 minutes of exposition at the start of the film where you're like, oh, so she's an astronaut and so there's an energy crisis and so they have to go into space to find this energy crisis. I'm like, all right, fair enough, yeah, fair. That's generic sci-fi stuff.
A thing happens.
And then
they have to go to space.
Yeah, and then they go.
Thing happens in space.
And then literally, as the opening credits are happening, it's like, oh, so now they're in space, and now there's 6 of them, and now they've been up there for 2 years, and now they're doing something with particle accelerators, and it's not working. And what's going? You're being bombarded by all this information that isn't fleshed out, so you have to try and process all this stuff that you don't really know, you're not really certain of anyway. You don't really know if you're getting what they're trying to give to you anyway, in the first 2 minutes of opening credits.
See, when I'm watching that, okay, this may just be me. This is like maybe just my filter, but when I hear that sort of stuff, it's like, I don't need to know everything. This is like a big thing with like Lost. It's like, obviously J.J. Abrams, he didn't write it or direct it, he just kind of like came in and said, make this a Cloverfield movie. Did you hear about that? It started off as like a completely God particle. It started off as a separate movie, and then J.J. came and said,
hey,
Cloverfield.
It's like, I'll go slip them like $20. Like,
so slip them 20 minutes, like Cloverfield.
put the Cloverfield title on it. Yeah.
Obviously, with the J.J., you can sort of make. He wasn't even that involved with Lost, but it's kind of the JJ idea where it's the mystery box. He talks about that, the mystery box, a lot. I think one of the nice things about J.J. Abrams' movies and movies like his movies is that I don't need to know the answer to every question. And I think that's why people had a big problem with Lost, because people complained that I sat through all these seasons of Lost and I still didn't fully understand every single aspect of the island. But what I would say to that is, like, do you need to know?
Yeah, some questions don't need to be answered.
You saw the story. You saw what everything happened. Why do you need to know all these answers?
In the context of Cloverfield, this is exposition. This isn't even the actual plot of the film yet. This is leading up to the plot of the film, and I feel like
background. It's not. It is. The story is these guys on the space station. You don't need to know exactly what they're doing.
But you do need that, because if you have these 6, 7, 8 characters and you want me to care about them and you want me to care when they get killed off or whatever happens to them, that they're in this kind of tense dilemma, then you need to give me this reason to feel for them and to sympathize with them. I didn't.
I only felt it with the main character, though. I'll say that. The rest of them,
I didn't even feel it with the main characters because there were so many, and I don't know. It just doesn't pull that off for me. You have like, oh, here's the nerd character, and here's the comic relief character, and here's the doctor character. Here are all these different archetypes, and I was like, I've seen all these before. Give me something to actually make me relate to this character, other than the fact he's funny, or she's Asian, or he's black.
So we're gonna spoil Cloverfield Paradox. If you haven't seen it,
don't
watch it.
Watch it. Give it a go. If you like Cloverfield Lane, give it a go.
You'll probably like it, and then come back to us after, and then you'll know what we're talking about.
Pause. New tab. Netflix.com. Easy. So I liked the main character. I did. I liked her story with her kids, and like how whenever she's in this new dimension, it's like, do I stay with these kids who they're not really mine, they're another dimension?
I could see that, but there was so much going. They tried to kind of switch between making you sympathize with her and sympathize with everybody else. If it had stayed on her, dilemma, then yes, it could have worked well.
You're making a good point. The one thing that I noticed was, like, they threw so many balls up in the air. They're like, look at this new idea and this idea. But they don't catch them. Yeah. They catch like 1 or 2 and they're like, yeah, that's fully developed. Throughout the entire story, like, they introduce these little ideas that kind of, I guess you could say, like, the rift between the 2 dimensions. Basically, whenever they fire the laser, if you haven't seen the movie, they fire this big laser into the ocean to try and unlock an energy source. And for the first time ever, they're finally sort of getting close to that. But then the machine actually, the space station, fires too much, and they get transported to
a different dimension.
And when this happens, some things from the alternate dimension get brought into
Okay.
the original, and then they get transported to the new
And
one.
that's where the monsters came from.
Yeah.
From Cloverfield
I mean, it's-
1.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
That's
So
yeah, that's kind of the tie-in.
throughout the story, they don't know this immediately. They think they've just been lost in space. So throughout the story, you're given these moments where it's like something isn't right. Like there's a girl trapped in the wall, but that's just a girl from the other space station, from the other dimension, who's been like sort of caught in the
Like
rift,
phased into
the wall. And then there's also like there's also what else? Like the guy's arm gets cut off, and he's like. He sees his arm crawling down the corridor. That was a little weird, but my point is, there's so many things like that where they're all they're cool, but
Yeah.
they're not
But they're
developed
just
enough
kinda
to be
like-
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put this in here, make the guy's arm move, it'll be cool.
I didn't like the arm, but I did. Did you like the guy? I think it was the Russian guy, and his eye was like moving on its own.
Yeah.
That
No,
was cool.
I'll give it that. There were some absolutely spectacular effects in it, like the one where she's kind of trapped in the little, fish tank.
Yeah,
And it's filling up with water, and then it explodes and all like freezes in space.
that's cool.
Absolutely spectacular. It looked amazing,
Yeah.
but
Not developed enough.
didn't really care that she's dead now.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Oh yeah,
okay.
she's dead. But
Yeah.
at least it looks cool.
Yeah.
I liked the mystery surrounding the girl who was brought into the ship, the blonde girl that they like don't recognize. I like that mystery because it's like, is this an infiltrator? At one point, I was sitting there like, oh my god, she knows what's happening. Like whenever she stood up, like she is from the alternate dimension, and she's going to like betray them because they're gonna leave her in her dimension when they try and get back to the room. So then she's like, if I don't try and stop this, I'm gonna basically do my entire planet. So she kind of goes on a bit of a kill streak.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I was watching this at like 2 a.m. and there was half an hour left, and I skipped. And then at this point, I was like, I've had enough.
You son of a bitch.
I read the IMDb synopsis for the end of the film, and then there's actually. To be fair, I read the end of the synopsis and I was like, oh, that sounds like a cool bit. So I skipped to the last 5 minutes. You know when like he breaks through the clouds and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. So I watched the last 10 minutes. So I skipped a good 20 minutes of that film because I
couldn't bear it.
I couldn't be bothered with it anymore.
That's okay.
I
You
wasn't
haven't
having it anymore.
Okay.
That is the most dad matching thing I've ever seen you do. That's
Yeah.
like dad matches
That's
Court.
different.
I was like, I can't have it anymore. Can't
The
handle it.
definitive match it.
That's okay. I mean, like some movies aren't for people. That's fine.
I guess if some people
Some
like it,
movies
then go
aren't for
ahead.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
If
not
you-
art for humans.
If you're not for human consumption.
Not for like that like cannibal movie that they banned everywhere.
Cannibal movie.
Cannibal Holocaust. Cannibal
Yeah.
Holocaust.
What is that?
Basically, I didn't watch it. I never watched it. But I read like a synopsis because I was like really edgy. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna watch. There's so many cool movies. I'm gonna watch all these slashers. And then I think I looked at the synopsis and it was like a bunch of like explorers go to an island, and then
Yeah.
it's full of like cannibals, and
It's
then they just like torture and eat them all one by one, something like that.
It's like
Pretty
real
generic.
like cannibalism though, isn't it? Something like that.
They actually eat.
Yeah, I
people.
heard like I probably like when I was like 14 watching like a Watch Mojo
It's
top
like
10 creepiest movies.
top 10.
Top 10 movies with real cannibals.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't hear about
I
that.
didn't
No,
look into it.
it
I was like,
wasn't-
that's creepy. I don't
It
like
wasn't real cannibalism, but there was a scene where a woman is like, I think she's like spit roasted on a bicycle or something.
Whoa.
And they
that.
were like,
Gross.
they thought it was real, but it was just very, very convincing prosthetics and stuff. But I think there is real animal cruelty in the film. I think they do
Yeah.
genuinely
Oh,
kill a dog
okay.
in the film. That's what got it banned, I think.
Yeah, it's banned. What's it called? I'll look it up.
Cannibal
I'll get this.
Cannibal Holocaust. What did you put in my drink?
Just on the behind you. Just on the subject of
There it is. Cannibal Holocaust.
Netflix,
Splatter film.
is there like
Cannibal Holocaust
there you
is
go.
a 1980.
snuff film
Yeah,
allegations?
snuff film.
People thought it was actual snuff. Well, just while Lloyd's reading this, just on like the subject of
Yeah, that's the one.
Ugh.
They thought it was real, but it wasn't.
people thought that she was actually being spit roasted
It looks-
on a spike.
It looks gross.
It does look pretty real.
For
It
a
looks
movie
like,
from like the 70s.
it
that's
does
like
look. It does
Yeah,
look
there's
like.
the animal cruelty.
It does look like something.
decapitated a large turtle.
That's funny. That's not funny.
That's not
don't
funny.
don't decapitate cells.
They killed a tarantula, thank God. A boa constrictor, a squirrel monkey, and a pig.
I've never heard of this. It's got a legacy and everything. Oh, is it Eli Roth? Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth's a fucked up dude.
On the set of Hostel Part 2.
He's a weird guy.
He's a weird man.
I'm not sure what to think about him. No, while we're talking about Netflix originals, something I do respect them for is that they are giving a lot of actors
Opportunities and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of actors that you don't really, you see them in one thing and you think, oh, they're pretty cool, and then you never see them again. Like in Cloverfield, they had, what's her name? Gugu Mbatha Raw.
The main character.
The main character.
She was great.
She's great.
You cannot tell me she wasn't a great
No,
actress.
she's absolutely a great actress because she played a character in Doctor Who for a series.
Look her up, Big Sun.
Her and Daniel Brühl, who in Rush was in Rush as Niki Lauda, and he was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Rush is a great film, and it was an absolute incredible performance by him. So I do kind of respect them for giving all these actors and actresses like a chance to.
Dan, shut up. Oh, never
No,
mind.
we're not watching it. Like a chance to get back into.
Yeah, that was
Opportunities.
Yeah.
When they're gone and you don't really, and you're like, oh, what happened to this guy? What happened to this girl? Stop playing the trailer.
What do you think of him?
I don't know. Was he the main character?
He was the captain of the ship.
Here's the thing, though. I didn't really. It's the point I was trying to make. I didn't really. They didn't give us much on any of the other characters. Like, he was the generic archetype of, oh look, it's the leader.
Yeah.
Chris O'Dowd was in it, who's a great actor.
I love him.
And I love anything he's in. But he was there as the stereotypical. Stereotypical comic relief character. You had Daniel Brühl as the stereotypical nerd.
Yeah.
And they're great actors, but they're just, and it's great that they're giving opportunities. But I just want Netflix to produce something good.
Get a script writer.
Yeah.
Hire one.
Somebody good. Here's the thing. They do. Like I said, they make like great documentaries, and they did make great TV shows. Like everybody loves House of Cards. Everybody loved Better Call Saul.
Everybody loved Stranger Things.
Everybody loves.
Everyone still loves Stranger Things.
Everybody still loves Stranger Things. I haven't watched it, but
I've seen season 1. I haven't gotten
I really liked it. I haven't watched season 2 yet, but
None of us have.
I watched season 1 and I was like,
everybody loves Stranger Things.
I watched season 1 over the course of like a weekend, and then I don't remember any of it now. I don't remember a single thing that happened in it.
There was Altered Carbon that has just come out. I've watched.
I've
watched the first episode of it. I'm gonna go out and say I'm slightly biased, just because I like kind of the whole Fifth Element style, Blade Runner style like universe that is set in. All this future, all this like overpopulated, polluted future with all these neon and advertisements everywhere. I like that setting a lot. So I do like it because it does pull off that setting very well, and it does pull off that whole futuristic vibe very well. First episode, I haven't watched any more apart from the first episode, but it is good.
Heard there's a lot of dicks.
Other penises?
Well, the whole thing about the whole thing about it, it's kind of the same as there's another film like it. But the whole thing about it is that these people's consciousnesses are being put into different, bodies and different. They're like these not genetically, scientifically engineered bodies, which they call shells or something.
Yeah.
So then when somebody dies, their consciousness can just be put into a different body. So you do get that's why you have all these kind of naked and afraid. Naked shells floating about in like amniotic fluids or whatever.
Do not spoil it. I would like to see that show.
Do it. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Watch it. Give it a shot.
I quite like the trailer. It's looking slick. It's looking
got
sexy.
it does have that whole.
It's got a nice aesthetic. I'm appreciating the aesthetic.
Futuristic noir style that Blade Runner had, and I haven't watched Fifth Element. Ashamed to say.
I need to see it, and I haven't even seen. I haven't even seen the original Blade Runner either. I'm I've broken every cardinal sin of like trying to be a filmmaker. I haven't seen any good movies.
Did you see 2049?
No. What
No.
is that?
The sequel to Blade Runner.
Oh,
Blade Runner
Blade Runner
2049.
2049.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
haven't seen it, no.
Yeah. No, it is. It's very long, and it's very pretty, and it's very, very fun to watch.
I really
but
wanted to see it, but like I never go outside, so
it
I
has
couldn't.
it has a lot of very long pan shots of all these amazing flipping atmospheres and
Yeah.
whatever that they make.
This is PG.
Amazing. No one's gonna. Anyone who listens to this isn't gonna know what happened just then.
Oh, the camera's off.
Awesome. We're still going. So it has a lot of long shots of these, environments that they create, and they look gorgeous. Like, they look absolutely gorgeous. As a sequel, it is just that. It's a sequel.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go and say,
Is this where you just hate everything?
no, I do have a soft spot for Ryan Reynolds.
God, I love Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly. I have a very no, not Ryan Reynolds. Shit, I'm sorry. Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
I have a soft spot for him as well.
Really.
I watched. Did you see The Nice Guys?
I watched The Nice Guys. Yeah.
Can we
What
get
did
a
you
photo
think?
of Ryan
Did you watch The Nice Guys?
Gosling up? Can we get a photo
Let's
of Ryan
get a put on
Gosling
that.
up?
Let's get we'll put on The Nice Guys trailer.
I have a soft spot for Ryan Gosling, and that is why when I watched The Nice Guys, I did kind of think, it's all right, it's good.
Did you not love it?
I didn't adore it.
I loved it.
I thought it was a good film. I thought it was very funny. Ryan Gosling is very funny in it, but I do.
That's a good scene.
There's kind of a. I do kind of feel like I have this bias just because I see Ryan Gosling. I'm like, oh look, there he is.
And you immediately know.
No, I thought he took on this character well. I thought it was
but
I saw a new guy.
No, that's what I mean. That's why I feel like I liked it more than I should have because Ryan Gosling's in it. Just
See,
because
same with Fat Russell Crowe. I was
I'm
like, that's a new person. I've never seen this person.
Russell
before.
Crowe. Here's what got me thinking about that film is Russell Crowe. What has happened to his career?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
As in, he did Gladiator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah, good movie, great movie. He won an Oscar for it.
Yeah.
He did Cinderella Man, got nominated for an Oscar or a BAFTA. He did A Beautiful Mind, again nominated or won an Oscar. I can't remember which. And those were all in 2000, 2001, 2002. And then after that, everything he's just been okay in everything he's been in since then. He hasn't had anything completely stand out since those early years. And I'm like, what?
I thought that was great. I thought
he was good, but he was Russell Crowe, wasn't he? It's like Jared Butler. He name me a good role Jared Butler's done.
I don't even know him. I can't picture who that is.
No, I don't. I
Do you
don't
not
do
know who he
names.
is?
No, I just don't do names.
Look him up. Look
him
up
up.
Jared Butler.
If
See if
you
you
give me a
recognize him.
face, I can do a face. but
He's
I
like
can't do
he's
it.
like
How do you spell it even?
Gerard.
No, G-E-R Butler.
He's like an
I don't even recognize him.
he's Scottish and he's like, oh no, I'll tell you what he was in. He was in Rock and Roller, which is a Guy Ritchie film, and I thought he was pretty cool in that. But again, I do kind of. It was in Guy Ritchie's kind of British mob phase, British gangs and London Cockney gangs. Out with Rock and Roller and Snatch, also an amazing film, and Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. And I do kind of like that London Cockney gang.
I wonder why.
Genre.
I wonder why.
I like it a lot. And I guess that's why I liked him in Rock and Roller, because it was that kind of vibe, and it was Guy Ritchie's kind of it works with Guy Ritchie's kind of stylized type of filmmaking that he tried in Sherlock Holmes, and it works sometimes and it doesn't other times.
Okay.
Have you seen the Sherlock Holmes films?
Oh yeah, the ones with Robert Downey Jr.
With Robert Downey Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, I say that I haven't seen them since I was the age they came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well they've aged, but when I watched them when I was 12,
The first
I
film
loved
is
them.
good. The first film was I
good.
thought it was very good. Yeah.
I thought Downey Jr. was actually quite good.
I like him as an
Yeah.
actor.
He made a good Sherlock. I wouldn't think he would because of
It
the
was quite
archetype
shocking.
of the characters that
Yeah.
he usually plays and how different Sherlock Holmes is.
Sherlock Holmes was.
But he embodied it very well.
Sherlock
actually.
Holmes was an arsehole. As a character, he was Arthur Conan Doyle made him really.
I never read it.
Yeah, but he's like a sophisticated and
He's not that
poised.
sophisticated though. Like,
He's a poised
like
asshole.
in the books, you know, you have his whole he's addicted to like sex and drugs and alcohol and all this stuff at certain points, and that's kind of contrasted by the fact he is this extremely educated gentleman detective. And I think people don't realize that.
People
because
forget
they
that. They just think he's a smart boy.
They forget the real Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so The Nice Guys.
I thought The Nice Guy, like, usually when I watch movies, this is my problem. I get, like, bored. Like, even if a movie's, like, really interesting and, like, really engaging, I'll just get kind of, like...
Because I can't focus on anything for more than
Yeah.
like 20 minutes. I'm like, who am
We're young people. That's the way it sort of
We've
works.
grown up in a generation in which we are constantly receiving
Yeah.
stimulation
Yeah.
from various sources. So when we have to focus on one thing for more than like 3 seconds, we're like, bzzz.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Gotta check my Twitter, gotta check my Instagram.
So normally, actually, my gauge for a movie, for the quality of a movie, is like how well I can stay focused and like how well I actually am engaged with it. And like this movie, I didn't move once. I was watching it from start to finish, just like engaged. I thought it was extremely entertaining. I loved every character. I thought everyone played their roles really well. I can't really, obviously it's not a perfect movie, but
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything that stood out as being...
Can't really fault it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't fault it. It's just not excellent, brilliant. You know what I mean? It's weird.
It's not like groundbreaking, stunning, flawless, perfect, beautiful.
I thought it was good. I thought there were
Yeah.
some very funny moments,
Hilarious.
especially by Ryan Gosling.
I really liked Ryan Gosling's relationship with his daughter. I thought that was really
I
nice.
thought that was a bit family.
Really?
You know, cliche family friend. You know, that's
Dad
I
just
liked it.
doesn't like
I
anything
don't
that
like-
would make a normal human being feel nice.
yeah.
I thought it was
don't
really
like-
cute. I
No,
liked
but I
it.
did kind of feel like, let's stick that in because we need a little, you know, a connection with the kids, connection with the younger generation.
No, I liked it. It's like a 15 anyway. They're not going for the kids.
They're going for 15-year-old. She was like, his daughter was like, you know,
She was like 12.
she was like 13.
She was like
14.
12.
She wasn't as young as 12.
Okay, she was like 14.
She was like
right.
14.
I thought I liked that. I think that made Ryan Gosling. It made him stand out because obviously whenever you give a character a kid, then you're kind of giving them a bit of a problem to deal with, like another problem to deal with in the story. If he didn't have a kid, then the story would be much simpler. But I feel like she adds to the story because it sort of shows that he's not a traditional sort of parent. It kind of fleshes him out by giving this other character.
Yeah.
I like the relationship. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah, well, I can see what you're getting at. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good film. I didn't, I'd watch it again if it was on TV, but
Yeah.
I'm not like...
Should we do like recommendations? I recommend it. If you like similar movies to what I like, you'll like The Nice
The
Guys.
Lloyd
Edgar official
Does it get
Seal
your
of
approval?
Roblox review seal of approval.
Yeah, watch it. There are better films out there, definitely. But I think, if you're at home...
Yeah,
if
for
you're-
what it's worth, if you're looking for a nice, stylish, fun movie
Yeah,
and you
and it is
enjoy
it
Ryan
is-
Gosling,
Did you watch
does-
it? The Nice Guys.
no.
Here, what do you do? What do you do with your time?
I don't. I just phase out of reality
Yeah.
for several hours at a time.
You get home,
Like,
you sit in your bed, and you like look at a wall for like you just sit like this until the next thing happens. You're like,
Drawing a mind.
that like freaks me out. Just that idea that someone would do that.
That's...
I can't imagine what kind of psychopath would actually just go in and
like
just phase
Probably
out.
somebody. Probably
There's somebody out there.
people that need help.
If you do that, comment below. Let us know.
Please call somebody.
Do you often stare into blank space for hours at a time, pondering nothing in particular and just not
See, Anna
thinking?
will tell you, I zone out constantly.
You
Yeah.
do. You're awful at it.
I'm
You're
a,
just
I'm,
like,
a, I'm a zoner writer kind of guy.
I'll be like talking to you and you'll just be like,
Not during a conversation.
No,
if,
not during a conversation.
if I'm just
but,
sitting and someone...
you just like stare at a space and you're just like,
It's if,
I wonder what I'm
it's
having
if,
for
it's
dinner
if
tonight.
no one's talked to you for a while and then someone does talk to you and
And
you
just like-
still you won't snap out of that.
Yeah.
After somebody's finished this first sentence, they need to be like,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
how, were you listening?
See, the disturbing thing is, I don't think of anything. When I zone out, I'm just like brain dead. It's like, it's kind of scary. I just like...
you just lose all function.
Yeah, I can like hear what people are doing, and even if someone talks to me, like I can hear what they're saying, and I know they're talking to me, but I'm just like, I'm so like in the zone that I just like can't.
What zone.
I don't bring myself out of the zone just to like. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird.
It's weird.
It's a weird thing.
Lloyd Edgar, secret sociopath. Find out next time.
I just like working through stuff.
I just stop speaking into my drink.
You're just like,
I'm just taking a drink and like.
hey, what's going on?
Lloyd, I can't drink that now.
Yes, you can.
Lloyd breathed on it with his.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Let's talk about something else. We've talked about movies.
Talk about movies a lot.
That was like a good 40. Well, like
That
I'd say
it
40
literally
minutes,
was like
maybe.
half an hour.
Half an
It's
hour.
like
Got
20
a-
seconds.
the
We're gonna
mic-
go back. It's gonna be like
The
10
microphone
minutes.
has a timer on it. We can go
Yeah,
for
40 minutes about movies.
of just of
Very
two
sexy.
movies. or
Two movies.
No, because I want to talk about. Do you want to know what I've started doing again? I've started watching old Doctor Who episodes again.
That's stupid.
Really?
All Doctor Who's bad.
It's
Fight
not
me
true,
about it.
not
Fight me
true.
about it. It's all bad.
It's not
It's
that
all
good.
bad.
It is not that
okay.
good.
The new episodes.
Yeah.
The new episodes, they're bad. Okay.
The old episodes, they're bad as well.
No, they are.
Yeah,
not.
they are. They're really bad.
They literally are not. Anything from series 1 to series, I'd say 6, kind of halfway through series 7. Because series 7 is long. Like they're all on Netflix, and you go through the episode. You know, every series has like 12 episodes, 10 episodes, 11 episodes, that kind of round number. You get to series 7, and it's like 25 episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I think I zoned out during that year because there were so many. There was so many episodes in that I was going through it last night, and there were so many episodes in it. I was thinking, I don't remember any of these, and I think some of series 7 is awful.
It's all awful. I
It's
don't think you
actually
need to
not.
make a point
It's
about
actually
this
not.
because it's all bad.
You need to. There were very good episodes.
Like
There was,
what?
okay, there was an
It's like-
episode. There was an episode. I watched it last night because I wanted to talk about it. It's David Tennant's last series. David Tennant is an amazing actor in it. He's absolutely
David Tennant's
incredible in
great
it.
in Doctor Who. He
He's
is.
absolutely incredible
You
in
can't
Doctor Who.
argue that.
He's okay.
He's great.
He's fantastic.
Very charismatic.
Yeah. And his last series, what they did is they were like, because everybody loved him, and he was in it for like 4 series. So they, for his last few episodes, they were like, all right, we're not doing a series this year. We're just going to release 4-hour-long specials throughout the course of the year. You know, and everybody's like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's a fitting send off. The second one of those 4 is an episode called The Waters of Mars, and it kind of does that. It's the thing I was talking about when I was talking about Cloverfield. It does that kind of 5 people trapped in a space station with this unstoppable force coming to get them all. And it's an hour long, you know, it's BBC, so it's, you know, low budget. And this was back in like 2013 or something.
Yeah. It would have
when-
been earlier than that.
No, not for series 4. No. Would have been like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, right.
And it does, you know, so it's like low budget. CGI is still kind of, you know, it's getting there slowly, but it isn't at the level we are now. I was watching last night, and it still is. It manages to get that kind of tension of these people trapped, trying to find a way out, trying to escape this, you know, monster, this force that's out to kill them all or infect them all in this case.
This is just a big like.
What?
Like.
What?
This is a good topic because no one else can contribute
No, I
to
know.
the topic.
The point I'm trying to make is
Just cross it out, right? The Dan Matchett
Yeah.
show. Dan Matchett talks about how much he loves Doctor Who and
No.
how
The match it review.
the point I'm trying to make is it does this in an hour-long episode. It doesn't have the same technology as Cloverfield has, and it does it so much better than Cloverfield did.
I disagree.
That is the point. You need to watch it.
I'm
What
not
did you
going
watch?
to.
I'm not going
Did you watch one episode and you were like,
I just like remember, like even when I was a kid, I would like sit down and try and watch it and be like, "This is cringy and weird." Like,
really?
yeah, I was just I can't get past. I think like the low budget stuff. Like when I can tell they're playing with cardboard, I'm like, I'm not.
It's not
gonna-
playing with carp. Yeah, it's crappy computer generations. Watch Series 5 or Series.
What's that one you said? The Waters
The
of
Waters
Mars.
of
Waters of Mars.
All
It's
right.
really good, and you know,
I'll watch it. I'll-
Just for you.
next
Dude.
week
Just for
on
you.
the Roblox review, I will tell you
next
what.
week on the Rollers Review, tell us what you thought.
Yeah, as someone who liked the Cloverfield Paradox, I will tell you what I
Yeah,
thought.
tell us if you think it did it better. Do you see Alien? Do you think Alien did it better?
Alien, of course, did it better,
Obviously. Okay, there you go.
but I think the Cloverfield paradox is enough different. It's good. Let's not get back into it. We're done with the Cloverfield
We're done with
paradox.
Cloverfield.
And we're done with movies. We've talked about movies.
Talked about enough
Ugh.
films.
Yeah. Let's talk about video game. Have you played any video games recently? Max, you haven't been very active in the conversation because you don't watch movies.
Tell us
clearly.
about-
Because I don't watch movies.
So,
I don't
you
have
just-
eyes.
You just sit at home and draw.
yeah. Do you play any video games recently?
Have you been playing Persona 5?
Yes, I have been playing Persona 5.
What do you think of it? What? You're not telling me words, you're just making noises.
You're making noises.
I
No,
can't.
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's
You think, how far have you gotten in it?
third palace.
Third palace, okay. I'm on the final one.
Whoa.
So I don't wanna
Say the ending.
I don't want to spoil it. Here's the thing, I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, okay.
And I've kind of stopped playing it because I don't want to finish it.
Yeah, because that means it'll be over.
Because that means the journey will be over. No, I'll
That's
tell you
cute.
what. I'll tell you what Persona 5 does. It's a dating sim crossed with a dungeon crawler. Pretty
It's
much.
a dungeon crawler, it's a stealth game, it's a dating sim, it's an RPG.
It's so
and
it's,
you know what? You'll never see it coming.
Yeah, and it's so good. But the thing is,
It's like literally flawless. It is literally flawless.
just get the trailer going, or you can watch a let's play of
Courtesy of John Awesome.
John
it. Or you
Awesome.
can watch a let's play
Subscribe.
of it.
I mean, his face isn't in it. It should be.
I
Okay.
guess fair enough.
Gameplay by John. What's his name?
John Awesome.
John Awesome.
John Awesome.
John
Go
Awesome.
subscribe. We're using
Thank
your
you,
footage.
John
Thanks,
Awesome.
dude.
Thank you. So I'll tell you what it does. It's incredible at building characters.
Oh god, it's so good. The character interactions, the character building, the character motivation, the character design.
Yeah.
It's just all so
The art
good.
style, the music, the play style, it's all spot on and it's all incredible. But for me, it's gotten to the point where I only care about the characters now. I
Really?
only because it's crossed with this. You're an everyday bloke. You go to school. You study for exams. Honestly, if I was as motivated to study in that game as I was in real life, I'd
Study
be
in the cafe, study in the
lit-
diner.
Literally, you go to places and you're like, "Ooh, I'm going to study
I'm
today. I'm
going
going to
to
spend my
s-
evening studying in
I'm
this
going
That
to
video."
sounds like a fun game. That sounds like a really fun game,
It
guys.
actually is. It's so
It
so
makes
enticing.
studying fun. And you know what? You know the way. This is the protagonist, by the way.
What's
so
his name?
Your name is like
Oh.
he's like
you name him.
nameless protagonist.
Yeah, call him what you
Buttfucker.
want. Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
you can definitely call
That's
him
gonna be my name.
Buttfucker. Tix McGee.
Buttfucker senpai.
Buttfucker
Sensei.
Senpai. Buttfucker Sensei. So
It just
normally,
looks like an anime to me.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's so
But
good.
it's so
Look
good.
at how stylized it is.
It is
It's
so stylized.
so slick and gorgeous.
Ev-
And normally in these kind of role playing games, if you have a nameless protagonist, they're like the most bland fucker ever.
Yeah.
But this guy has personality. He's a wee bit of an asshole. He's really snarky. The dialogue options you can come up with sometimes are stellar. They're
They
so
absolutely are.
so
They
good.
so are.
So you can choose. You can choose what you want to say.
You
Yeah,
can choose
there
what
are
you want to
multiple
say.
choices.
There are. It isn't like a build your own adventure game, but the choices you say. See, there's this whole underlying thing. You have this everyday life of this guy that you are, crossed with this like secret life he has, where he goes invading these fantasy worlds of like invading people's hearts. It sounds like a cheesy fucking anime, but
But it's so good.
It's-
Basically, these guys called the Phantom Thieves, they're a bunch of teenagers, and basically they just go into the hearts of like morally corrupt people, and they basically just make them not bad.
and it does tackle a lot of themes like I like the message it gives of like standing up for what you believe in and rebelling against the system and like choosing your own path in life.
Amazing. Dan likes messages about rebellion.
Yeah, it's
Devil may
funny.
care, son of a
Devil-
bitch.
Ooh, that's me. But for me, I've gotten to like the last kind of dungeon in the game, but I don't want it because you have this dungeon crawling mixed with these people that you can build relationships when you're not in this dungeon. Then you can choose to hang out with this guy or this girl or these people and kind of build this relationship. Like they built
And you
up
get
in levels. You have level
perks and stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's that's all I wanted to do now. By the time I got to the end of the game, the only thing I wanted to do was meet these people, and the closer you get with them, the more they tell you about their life and their story, and that's it's basically turned into a dating sim for me.
Essentially.
And
That's
I just want it to be a dating sim. I don't want to finish the game because I don't want to like.
Also, the animation is gorgeous.
Animation's gorgeous.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
That's cool.
Beautiful.
I don't want to like finish the game and then be like, all right, well, I can't learn about these characters anymore because
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
characters are amazing. There's genuinely somebody you will absolutely adore out of all the characters. That and
I'm just very excited for the dancing game. Ooh.
there's a Persona 5 dancing game.
Yeah, because they made one for Persona 4, which was
flip.
stellar, called Dancing All Night, and they're making one for Persona 3 and Persona 5. Can we get the trailer up
The
for
trailer.
Persona
Persona
5?
5
I think it's
dancing
called Dancing Star Night.
All right,
And then look at... There we go. It is amazing.
I haven't seen this.
It's so good.
But
It's
the
so
other thing about Persona 5 is it's got this Pokemon vibe.
Yeah.
Where the main protagonist can harness the powers of these different flipping. See,
Yeah.
all these characters are incredible. Every
I
single
love
one.
them all. I
You
love
can
them
like
all.
harness the powers of these different fantasy monsters. They're kind of based off mythological creatures
Creatures?
and
Yeah, that's where the
everything.
Persona name comes from.
Yeah. So he can kind of harness.
There
these
he
powers.
is! I'm sorry.
And you wanna. That's the other thing that I love about it is that as you keep going, you get to see more of these personas
It's kind of...
and
It's a dating sim. It's Metal Gear Solid.
It's Pokemon.
It's
It's
Pokemon.
Pokemon. It's great. There's something for
It's
everybody.
Ryuji Sakamoto.
Can you get it? Is it on Steam? Can you get it on
I
Steam?
don't know
No,
if it's on
it's-
Steam.
I think it's PlayStation
I'll have a look.
4.
Is it an exclusive?
You can't
Exclusive.
play it, idiot. No, but I don't know. I don't want to finish it because of that.
Because it'll be over,
Because
and
of
then
that.
all you'll have is replays, and
Exactly.
Dancing
And
Star
don't-
Night.
I don't want to get to the end of the game and have to start all over and start all these relationships again.
I felt the same with Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
I was playing through that, and like I had the most OP character in the world, and I got because you can't go back into like Fallout 4. You can go back into the world after you complete the game and like do all the side quests you missed.
Yeah.
But with Fallout New Vegas, you can't do that.
Yeah.
When you actually complete the game, it's like you get a cutscene and it's like back to the main menu.
Ah.
Enjoy.
I don't want to. You know, I'm worried about that. I don't know what happens at the end of the game. Like, it could just like chuck you back into the world and be like, all right, now you can keep learning about these characters.
Is it
and
open
keep.
world?
oh yeah, it's
No, it
the
isn't.
Steam Lunar New Year sale.
It isn't open world,
Aw.
but it's wait, hang on.
There's a costume DLC
Oh, for something else.
for some
Um,
probably bad game.
It's not open world,
games.
but it has these like set locations that you can move between, and like you have all these people in places.
206 games in my Steam library.
Wow, you're
Yeah.
a nerd.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Oh,
good
there's
game.
Alien Isolation.
Good game.
Space Hell.
But it did kind of. I'll tell you what. I was thinking about this the other day. I got the Last Guardian remake.
Yeah, did you? What was
It's
it?
Yeah.
kind of
Have you got it?
no, but I've watched several reviews of it because I'm like, spiritual successor to Shadow of the
Big
Colossus.
dog bird.
not
But
that.
it-
No,
it-
flip. Oh no.
it's so
I'm a retard. I'm not talking about the Last Guardian. I'm talking about the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh shit. No, I have.
Is it good? I really want to get it. Is it good?
I have the Last Guardian. I've played that, and then I got the Shadow of the Colossus gameplay. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely,
That's cool.
It's so
absolutely.
put the
But I
trailer
mean,
up for it. It's
that's-
so good.
but I mean, you know, what do you expect of?
I watched the Game Grumps playthrough of the original a while ago, and I've rewatched it several times.
Stop. I'll watch that video. It's funny. I watched, and this is, you know, he picks up
Video game donkey.
Video Game Donkey. He's a great guy. He picked up on a lot of stuff that I picked up on as well. Is that, you know, it's a remastered game. So what do you expect? Music's better, sounds better, animations are better.
Look
Wow,
at that.
looks gorgeous.
Look at it.
It is absolutely gorgeous. But what they didn't refine is the controls of it.
Oh.
It still plays like
It's
a
still kind of floppy.
Yeah, it still plays like a PlayStation 2
It's
game.
got to be the camera. Is it the camera?
It's not the camera.
No.
It is just
Is it not the
controls.
camera?
Because it's
No.
a physics-based engine
I mean,
entirely,
cameras-
so sometimes
Sure.
the controls are super floppy.
Sure, the PS2, like the biggest thing in the PS2 is like the shit cameras.
The camera is dodgy in there. It's kind of dodgy in The Last Guardian as well. They're very similar.
I haven't felt. That's one of the things that like I think we've got right now. I haven't felt like a bad camera in game for like years. It's not a thing that I've experienced.
It only took
I-
like 30 years.
I haven't had a problem with cameras That's my point. Like, what do you guys think? Like, obviously this is
This is
the exception, but I guess because it's a PS2.
no,
remake.
it's not. It's the camera's okay, but it's just in The Last Guardian and Shadow Colossus, you'll find yourselves in kind of tight enclosed spaces,
Yeah.
and they don't want to make you don't want the camera to clip through anything.
Yeah.
So it does kind of end up kind of forcing the camera very close to your character, who is always kind of center screen, which is good. It's good for
Would you fill the screen?
a game when it shouldn't. You end up filling the screen, and also it's a game where at times you will have, because you're fighting these massive beasts, and it's something incredible about it, the fact that they get these kind of AI. They manage to get the AI of these beasts, of these massive giants, so right that they do seem so natural, and the animations seem so natural. It's like you actually are fighting this massive Goliath, and when you are, there are some absolutely breathtaking moments in it, like that leave you absolutely speechless. But there are moments where you do have to pull off very precise movements in a very short space of time, and with the control system it just doesn't work sometimes, so you will end up kind of forcing yourself to take a minute out of frustration that the controls aren't working, rather than
Controls are tough, especially
tough.
Especially when you're bringing a game that was made 12 years ago.
Yeah.
When you're making that into something.
But
new.
it is just annoying that it does kind of bring it down a notch, because it's gorgeous, and these colossi are absolutely incredible, and they're so fun to fight.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Run along the back of this massive flying snake thing through a desert, or running from this thing on your horse.
The
or whatever
designs
else.
are so good. Like,
The designs are
really
awesome.
distinctive, and they're
I
huge.
wish-
The scale of these things is
I wish it was
inconceivable.
longer,
I wish it was longer.
which is always a good sign.
Well, they've got the new engine. I think it's a new engine. Anyway, they've got new graphics. Who's to say they couldn't make DLC?
I know. I wish they do make DLC.
Can you imagine?
Please
12
make
years later.
I wish they do bring in more things to fight, because
Colossi.
it's so
That's the
so
plural.
fun to fight.
Colossus.
But
That's awesome.
it is. It's
so good.
It's good. But
Definitely
it is-
recommend. Full recommendation.
Full recommendation
It's
from
astounding.
the Roblox review.
from the Roblox
It's
review.
like playing a movie. It
It's-
genuinely is like playing a movie.
It's frustrating at times, there honestly are.
But
There's times when it's so
worth it.
Yeah.
It's so worth it,
the controls are a little floppy.
which
but
is more than I can say for The Last Guardian.
Oh, really?
yeah, I definitely
awful.
play it though.
Did you ever play The Last Guardian?
No, I don't have a PS4.
No, you don't. Did you
I
ever
don't
play
think I
The
have a
Last
computer.
Guardian?
No, I was like, it's not gonna be good.
Here's
I got my hopes up, and then I saw like one video on it, and I was like, oh,
here's the thing about The Last Guardian.
the AI.
The AI, the animation of this big beast that you partner along with Trico, like, it's so good.
It's so
Like,
pretty.
it is-
It's such a pretty game.
Like, it's so natural, and the animation and the acting of Trico is so great, except for when you want him to do something.
Yeah.
yeah, look at this.
I heard
Look
that.
at this.
He's very hard to control, and the game itself, it's a puzzle game. You go through all these things, but
And you kind of need to rely on the. Is it called Trico?
Trico, yeah.
You kind of need to rely on Trico for a lot of it, and it just doesn't.
It's,
do
it's
what
maybe
you
a bit
want
like
to.
you're trying to do a jigsaw puzzle with like oven gloves on.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
where you
Just
just
a
can't
little.
move the
Just
pieces
a little.
around.
And the
it.
pieces aren't going where you want
It's
them
frustrating.
The puzzles themselves aren't intuitive.
Yeah.
Like, you're stuck in a room, you have to find a way out, or there's a puzzle happening, and you need to, they're giving you so many toys to play with and so many things. You're like sitting there wondering, okay, what do I do? Do I use this? Do I make him do this? Do I have to do this? You will end up doing something, and you won't know it's right. You will be convinced this is not right, but it's the only thing that you can think to be doing, which isn't good for a puzzle game.
Yeah.
And I guarantee everybody at one point will have looked up a walkthrough for this.
I'll guarantee it.
Guarantee it, just because sometimes the puzzles are so difficult to kind of figure out, and because they give you so many things to play this. Meanwhile, you have Shadow of the Colossus, where it's like you can run, you can jump, you can grab, you can stab. They give you everything you need from the start of the game, so that way the Colossus, they still require thinking. You still need to figure out, okay, how do I get to his weak point? How do I climb up him?
But it is more rewarding, and you get hints almost as to where to go.
It's less kind of random than The Last Guardian, where you have to think. And I mean, that's, you have to think for a puzzle game.
You have to use your brain.
You have to think for a puzzle game. Imagine having to think for a puzzle game.
Imagine having to think for a game.
Exactly.
So many games come out today where it's like,
cognitive function.
just move forward and you win.
even-
Like, come on, give me a challenge.
I'm all right at puzzle games. I enjoy puzzle games.
Yeah.
I've played my fair few. But even The Last Guardian, there are just moments where you're like, this can't be the right thing, but it's the only thing I can think about, and that isn't something that you should have to do.
Yeah. Can Trico not fly? No.
He can. He can by the end of the game.
The description.
And
The last straw.
Yeah. But yeah, when did The Last Guardian come out? I can't
I think
remember.
it was 2016.
2016. No, looking at Shadow of the Colossus is better than the Last Guardian.
Yeah.
By far.
But
Okay.
Shadow of the Colossus is just a remake. So if you haven't played the original,
Then get it.
play it.
But if you
If
have
you-
played the original, just expect it to look a bit
Yeah,
nicer,
it's the
I
same
guess.
game. It's just got prettier graphics. And
Which is a big plus.
comparing it to other JRPGs, the other big JRPGs out there like Persona 5 and Nier Automata, which I've been playing a lot of recently,
Is it
which
good?
is
Is it good?
it is
Is it
very well. It's very good now, but I downloaded it and I played it for a few weeks and then I stopped for a while and I can't remember why. And that's kind of why I'm thinking: is there something bad about it that I'm not remembering? Is there something?
It's so bad that it's like you've overwritten it.
traumatized you,
Yeah,
and
is
you're
there like
traumatizing.
some reason why I stopped playing it for so long? Because now I'm playing it again and it's awesome. It is a really good game. But it isn't. It's not. Shadow of the Colossus is just a remake.
Yeah.
It's just a remaster. It's not going to blow out as like one of the best games of 2017.
Yeah,
and I don't know. If
it was already one of the best games of like 2006.
and I don't know if there's because they haven't done anything new for it. They've just given it a new makeover.
Coat of polish.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, lick a pink.
Have
Yeah.
you guys heard of Scum?
Scum.
No.
Have you not seen it and you're like recommended? I don't know how much they're paying YouTube, but like every single video I watch nowadays, it's got
Oh, is this a game?
Scum. It's a new game.
Is this? No, never mind. I don't know what this is.
What
It's something else.
is this?
It's like an open world prison game. That's what they're marketing as, and it's like, it looks kind of good.
See, because I don't watch the kind of videos that would sort of trigger these adverts, I
those
guess.
ads. Yeah. What?
Yeah. No. What?
Scum. It's right. So, I think it looks okay. It's basically.
Is camera still on?
Oh no, it's clearly not.
That's awesome. This is just going audio only at this point.
There's a few times the camera's turned off. It's okay.
Camera's disappearing.
So
Sorry, I'm gonna be noisy for a bit.
what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get a drink out.
Just get it
I
out.
know, but I don't want to like start ripping up plastic
Just
in the middle
do
of
it.
the
Faster rather
in the
than
middle
sitting
of
and
your
fiddling.
review of Scum, the Scum adverts. Hang
I'm
on.
not gonna.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
thank you. I'm done.
Right.
Go
Okay.
for it.
Open it really, really close to the microphone.
Continue. Ready? Continue.
Ah!
Okay. Scum.
Continue.
Scum is like. They're trying to make it like the most realistic game in the world.
Really?
Yeah, like every single mechanic, everything has a weight, and like when you jump in water or get wet, that gets heavier because there's water in it, and you dry off, and there's like heat mechanics and.
Is that it? They brought in a heat engine.
No, but
They brought
that's
in a
the
water
focus.
engine.
They like have all these videos where they demonstrate the different ideas they've had for like how to make things really realistic, and like all the guns have like it actually takes a while for the bullet to get far, if you know what I mean, if you're using a sniper rifle, and
That's. I'm pretty sure they've already done that.
that's a common thing, but they're taking it even farther. They're doing like wind and humidity and like everything. They're trying to make it the most realistic game, or at least that's how it's coming
That's
off.
not fun. You don't want a game to be realistic.
No, but just go outside.
Yeah,
Yeah, just shoot people
get
in real life.
an AK, go
And
outside.
Go outside.
Go outside. So obviously, like I haven't played this game
Yeah.
because it's not out.
Shit, yeah.
But
Wind.
it's like look at all this. It's got wind and
All
like
that stuff.
it's just. I think it's interesting.
See, you see things like that, but really it's only for like one feature. They just show off this one thing.
Well, they've got more. Like they've got. It's all like statistics and stuff. It's like a role playing game a little bit. Like, but like the DM is the engine, so like it works it all out for you. So
Okay.
like, I think one of the interesting things is like, it develops as you get better. So like if you up your skill, then like even the animations and stuff change, and like it depends on how heavy you are, how fast you can run, and how like sort of far you can climb and shit. I think it's like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard it as well as this? This is another thing. This is another like sort of advert that I've been saying. Have you watched this? Star Citizen, the new 35 minutes.
No.
Have you heard of Star Citizen?
No.
Let me just say it looks good. It looks
Okay. Lloyd recommends Star Citizen. Is it an MMO? Is it a sandbox game?
Kinda. It's kind of an MMO, I guess.
I don't
you could
care.
say.
Sandbox game, I'm done. I don't care anymore.
Well, it's not. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Like,
I mean, yeah, it looks cool.
Wow, pre-rendered footage looks.
that's not
pretty.
pre-rendered. That's not pre-rendered.
Stop it! Yes, it is.
No, it's
To an
not.
extent, it is absolutely.
No, it's not. They were playing that live. To the best of my knowledge, they were playing that live at CitizenCon.
All
What do you say? What do you say?
I'm.
That is not pre-rendered. I can tell you that much. What do you say when you take it
Games
off?
never look as pretty as you.
That's in engine.
They never look as pretty as they think they do. Actually, you're right. That looks like a pretty. That's like Blade Runner. That looks
They
pretty.
got like I think their original target. I don't know what the original target was. This was Kickstarter. They did this on, and I think they had like maybe like £1 million.
I like
But they got
fact-
like 50 million.
I like the.
People love it.
I like the idea that we've started a visual podcast where the camera's cut out twice.
Yeah, that's how you know it's like it's homemade,
Quality.
isn't it? It's homemade.
It's absolute
Where do you see this?
5-star.
That's like an entire city.
Yeah, wait
And-
till you see this.
That entire planet is covered in buildings. Like it's like a what do you call that one in Star Wars? It's like the
I don't know.
entire planet is made of like
The Death Star.
no. It's been like built up, so there's no like ground floor anymore. And like this, you can go to around the entire planet, and you can go to other planets, and it's
Yeah.
like it's kind of cool. What do you say? Like
Oh,
you can
neat.
actually like that. The entire world.
So
is
it's like
that.
what No Man's Sky tried to do.
Basically, it's like a good No Man's Sky.
Okay.
There was an indie game that came out that was like a good No Man's Sky. I can't remember what it is, but it was like a little indie game, and it was lower budget, but you just flew this little spaceship and you customize it.
Yeah.
You can walk around it and literally just fly to different planets.
Aw,
It's
cute.
easy to do because you just put the loading times in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're at a different planet now, so
Well,
like
you're just flying through nothing. You just put the loading times when you're in space, and it's easy.
I just think it looks amazing. Personally,
It
I
does
just
look
think
pretty
it looks
sexy, yeah.
Unbelievable.
This looks very.
And they're only showing 2 planets. They've got like a whole galaxy.
I'm always skeptical when they show like footage because I mean these are they probably took these and like okay this is what we're showing in the demo.
It's very rehearsed.
Yeah.
The 35 minutes was
Exactly.
very rehearsed, but even still, like, it's just and you can get out, you can land anywhere you want.
I can see
really
other people.
cool.
If I can see when it comes out, I'll have a look and
I don't know how good it's gonna be,
see if it's still as pretty as people
but
think.
I watched that whole thing. It got me excited. You
Alright.
know? So yeah.
Okay.
Because you're lame.
Well done you for getting excited about a video game.
Yay.
Yay!
You're a man now.
I'm qualified.
So what have you done anything interesting this week?
I mean,
You were sick.
I was very sick.
Yeah, there's a bug going around.
I was unwell.
My dad was like dead.
Yeah,
The
probably
first
same
half of this
thing.
week, he was dead.
I mean, we made a movie. We made a documentary.
Oh, that
together.
documentary, yeah.
Yeah. It's called The Concert. It's on the Lloyd Edgar YouTube channel.
Yeah. Subscribe to Lloyd Edgar.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to Lloyd Edgar.
If for some reason you're watching this and you haven't seen my stuff before, why?
Who
How?
are you?
person.
Who
You're-
are you?
You're
1 hour 8 minutes.
1 hour 8 minutes into a podcast
With
by
complete
3
strangers,
strangers,
and you have no clue who they are.
and you're just loving it. You're loving it for some
I'd
reason.
be happy if someone cared about our opinions.
See if you
that
care
much.
about what we're saying that much, and you actually think this is good.
Please
and
let us know.
Please let us know.
Write me a letter at.
Yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
put in.
And we'll put in some.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say my address on a camera.
Yeah. Right. So here's the thing. On YouTube, you can actually see how much of the video people have watched. So, like, at the start of the video, there's 100% because everybody's clicked. Everybody who's seen the video has clicked on it. So
Yeah.
they've seen the first 0 seconds of the video, and it just goes down
Yeah.
as it goes
Well,
on.
yeah.
So, like, for I'm Fat, only about 10% of people actually stay to the end,
Yeah.
which I think is interesting. It's normally like this because people are like, "Oh, this isn't what I thought," and then
Yeah.
people who actually want to watch it. So. With that, the concert, it was quite high.
Actually?
Yeah, about 40% of people That's weirdly high for
That's
YouTube videos.
Alright.
40% of people stay to the end.
That's what I was telling you. People like watching other people.
Did you watch the dog?
Yes, I did. I watched the whole
Thank
thing.
God. See, if you had said no, I would have been actually offended.
No,
My-
I watched it twice because
Can
I
I-
was like, oh, Thomas is in it. Oh, Dan's in it. Oh, Rand. Oh, James is in it.
Can I make a disclaimer about that?
Go.
Is that no? I brought my trumpet playing was absolutely shocking, and
Seriously?
I realized that it was absolutely awful.
Why?
Just because I hadn't practiced my trumpet for like ages, and I thought, you know what, this might be fun to bring along. I might just take it out for a tune or two.
You played a lot.
We did. We played a few stuff. A few
stuff.
We played a few
We
stuff.
played a few stuff.
No, but I just thought, you know what, I'll bring the trumpet along, I'll use it for one or two tunes, and I played it on All of Me and Fly Me to the Moon, and both times I was like, I started into this and I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm playing in my room and it's fine because I can blast it out and I'm like confident, but then I get into a place with people and I'm like, they can hear all the mistakes I'm making.
The same thing happens with me in piano. Anytime I can practice and play flawlessly, and then like Anna, my girlfriend, or like anybody comes into the room, and I'm just like, boop, 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 and I'm like, how does this work? What button do I press? You know what I mean? Like, it just happens. I think it's just
practicing for ages. I know.
it's like stage fright.
It
a
is.
little bit.
Yeah, literally, it's just performance anxiety.
Yeah.
It just kind of brings you down.
It's sad.
Stops you performing as well as you could have done or as well as you did by yourself, because when you're by yourself you're not scared, you're like, oh.
You're like winging it. You're like loving your life. You're just feeling your oats and like, yeah.
yeah
Hello, Stevie Wonder. And then like one person walks into the room and you're like,
You can barely play Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's how it gets.
people don't like playing in front of people, but that's the thing about performing. That's something you have to get over.
Yeah.
But you just, the only way to get over that is through performing in front of people, and you can't really do that
Just
if people.
if you don't.
If you're shit, you can't really
Well,
do
you can't
that.
really do it if you're
you're
shit,
bad.
but you can't really do it if there's no people to play in front of.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need to.
You need friends, which is
You need
harder
friends.
than
So
it
you
looks.
need, you guys want to come round to my house and watch me
Listen to me play.
listen
Watch
to
you
me-
whip.
Bad.
Yeah, watch
Watch
me
you
make
nay.
perform my own little concert.
I think it would be very interesting to look at the analytics of this video to see like how many people are watching right now. You know,
It'll probably be me.
I reckon people don't stay to the end of podcasts.
I'd say 5%.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm putting my money on.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2.
If
No.
you're
Please.
still here, I love you.
Actually, no. To be fair, 5 depends how many people are going to watch this anyway. Yeah, about 5. I mean, if 10 people watch it, I'd say 10%. But
Ooh.
you have one person is going to stay
One
till the end.
person.
The thing is, it's like, but people see a 2-hour video and don't even click on it.
Yeah.
And then people click on a 2-hour video and they're only able to watch like half an hour. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it could be less than
If
5%.
people are watching for half an hour, then I'll be impressed. If people are still watching after half an hour,
Yeah, watching this shit.
exactly,
Which is
watching us
absolute trite.
shit all over Cloverfield.
The Roblox review. That name can't stick. What are we calling this podcast?
Is this us wrapping up?
No, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Because I suggested Power Bottom Scooby Doo.
That's worse. That is worse. That's somehow worse than the Roblox review.
Powerbomb Scooby Doo is
Horrendous.
you can't call the podcast that. It's a funny 4 words
Yeah.
in a funny order.
Four funny words in a funny order. Okay.
Power Bottom Scooby Doo.
Yeah, it's 2 words and a name.
2 words and a name. Can we call it that? 2 words and a name.
A name is a word, I think. Isn't
A
it?
name is
Is
a
Scooby Doo
word.
1 word or 2 words?
It's
Well, I had it hyphenated.
2 words hyphenated,
So does that make
making it 1
2
word.
words? There's a hyphen.
We're not talking about double barrel names,
If
okay?
if I have an essay and I just put hyphens through the whole thing, can I
Yeah.
just be like, hey, look,
It's all one word.
it's only I've only written 1 word.
Sorry, bud. All one word.
Okay,
Underneath-
okay.
Underneath the word count.
Hear me out. What
Yeah.
about more than half the battle is just showing up?
That's too
Far too
long.
long. Far too long.
More than half the battle is just showing up.
Size 12 chiller font, right in italics.
Bright red.
Bright red.
Can I talk about? I want to give a shout out
To whomst.
to this show. I saw.
Is it this?
Yeah.
The Roblox
So,
review.
Is it the Roblox review?
I want to shout out the Roblox review.
Yeah, please. We need it.
Shout
We need it.
Shout out to my boy, Lil Penis.
The Roblox review. No, I went to see a show.
Oh, is this
2
your
weeks ago.
shitty
Train
train spotting?
It is not shitty. Trainspotting Live came to Belfast. I saw it in the Waterfront. It was here for a week, or just under a week.
Okay.
And I went to see it, and it was phenomenal.
Phenomenon.
You saw a guy's dick.
There was a guy running around naked on stage.
I think you saw 2 dicks.
No, well, one was for comedy, and the other one was he was just naked, you know.
Just naked.
He was just naked.
You
Just
can't-
feeling his
No,
own.
because that was a more, one was for comedy and one was a more touching moment. You know, he sold all his clothes for drugs and everything, so he's naked.
That's sad.
You know, it was a sad moment, so you can't really laugh at the penis in that context.
Yeah, he can. He sold his clothes for drugs.
You can always laugh at a penis.
So you have this.
Every context.
You have a scene where all this distracting music is playing and it's all really emotional, and he's being yelled at by all the visions of his addiction and being stripped of his clothes, and then he's lying in bed in the corner, and meanwhile you've got you at the back of the theatre.
I would be. I would be. I'm not immature.
I'll tell you what annoyed me about that though.
Go.
How uncultured people are here in
Did
Belfast.
they just talk through it?
They didn't talk through it. They just started leaving halfway through.
Really?
There was a big sign outside the door. This was it's in your face theatre. You know, it's audience participation. You go to see, and I mean, you can't really blame it on this is what I was expecting. It's Trainspotting Live. If you've seen Trainspotting,
what do you expect?
Watched Trainspotting, if you've read Trainspotting, it's drug addiction and all this shit humor and crude and vulgar and everything. So you can't really blame it on that. But there was a big sign. We were going in, and there was a big sign beside the door saying, "Once you're permitted into this theatre, if you leave, you're not allowed to come back in." So I think that was kind of their reminder: don't leave during the performance. Mm-hmm. Please try and not to leave during the performance because you're not getting back in. But even so, even in quiet touch, funny moments, you saw someone leave, you're like, ugh, what a wanker.
Wanker.
But even just quiet touching moments, quiet moving moments, you'll have people just leaving, and this was.
How many people left?
I'd say a dozen.
A dozen.
And it was a small theatre. It was about it could seat about 100, and I'd say between 20 or a dozen left.
That's insane.
I know. And it was a traverse theatre, so you had all the action happening on this.
So you watched the people leave.
Well,
Oh my
pretty much, yeah.
So half the audience got to see the other half leave.
So you could it was like a traverse theatre, so you had the audience seated on either side. So you'd be there'd be an actor down one side, and you'd be looking down, and you just see this guy walking who
out.
clearly isn't part of the cast. Just walking out with his bag, or somebody beside you would leave, and they'd have to kind of walk behind all the seats.
Don't do that.
Just don't do it.
Was there an intermission?
No.
Oh, right.
It was 45 minutes.
Only 45
I know,
minutes?
only 45 minutes.
It's 45 minutes. At
And they
least
couldn't just sit
stick
through
it
it.
out
They couldn't
till
just
the
leave
end,
it. And I was
even if
like,
you hate it.
You can't. If you came in and you're like, oh, I don't like that, oh, I don't want to watch that. And you
Why
leave,
did you buy the ticket then?
Yeah, why did you come to Trainspotting Live? So yeah, it's just a.
Some of them assholes asked for refunds. You know that.
Really?
I bet 100%.
100%.
They would.
100% they did.
Really?
They
You think
would have
so?
asked for refunds. Oh yeah, those types.
Those types of entitled assholes who it's not okay. I get it if it's a 2-hour show and there's no intermission.
Yeah,
I get it.
Then
Okay,
you're like, all right, sometimes you
But
need to
it's
leave.
Fine.
45 minutes. It's
45 minutes. Fucking sit your ass down.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sit down and shut up and
And
just
you
put,
have, I know, even though
put
they
up with
said,
it.
okay, once you're out, you're not allowed back in. You had, there was one guy, because you had people sitting either end of the traverse too. Ugh, this ginger beer is making me vomit everywhere.
a bad idea for a podcast.
Yeah,
no?
it really is.
An audio podcast.
Carbonated drinks aren't a good plan.
No.
You had people sitting either end of the traverse. So there was this one guy, I was seated at one end, or on the aisles at one end. And there's this one guy sitting at the end, and I remember him just getting up and just walking past everybody, and then I could see him talking to one of the staff at the Waterfront, who was saying, oh, it must have been explained to him, oh, once you leave, you're not allowed back in. So he walked out, and then I saw him walk back in, and then out again, and then back in a third time, and then
Third
out.
time.
Yeah, just like, this is over like a span of 20 minutes.
He's just he's like, is there dicks? Is there? Are they gone? Oh no, there's a dick.
He's just trying to avoid
Come on.
the gay shit at all
And I'm
costs.
like-
Because miss him with that gay shit.
They weren't that expensive, but it was a good show, and I seriously enjoyed it.
Yeah, but
I mean-
you would. You fucking sicko.
It's not a gay thing. There's nothing gay about
It's
it.
not a gay thing.
I know you enjoy shitting on me, and I know you enjoy shitting over everything I like, but it was
Really?
it was a good show, and it was a good performance by them. And if Trainspotting Live is coming to a town near you,
Coming to a town near you.
go watch it because it's
Watch it.
very good.
This is another recommend
I
from
can't-
the Roblox
I can't
review,
recommend it,
Trainspotting
'cause I haven't
Live.
seen
Because you haven't seen it.
I'm recommending
I
it
feel
because
like-
there's dicks in it.
I feel
Dan's
like-
recommending it because he's weird.
I feel like you'd enjoy it because you're a theatre nerd as well. You're a film boy.
Yeah, I'm not. Like,
We're men of the theater.
What?
Ah!
Whoa!
That's my 20 pence, you asshole.
Okay, sorry.
Thank
yeah, it is your
you.
20 pence. I keep playing with it.
Stop playing with my 20 pence, Daniel.
Yeah, stuff
That's
like that. Stuff like
mine.
that doesn't come around that often. Stuff like that doesn't come. You know,
Yeah.
you can see
It's
kind of.
interesting.
You can see a theatre show, a decent theatre show, like once, twice, every 2 months. You know.
So the little bit of planning that we did do for this show, we thought let's come up with some games.
Lloyd wants to play a game.
Lloyd wants to play a game.
Yeah, some things to like, so it's not just us talking for an hour and a half a load of bullshit. I thought, what's wrong with you?
Nothing.
You're crying. You're crying on set.
Daniel just hates any kind of mirth, debauchery, shenanigans,
I just want to
merrymaking,
force
jollity.
I'm just here trying to force my opinions
Yeah.
on other people, trying to prove to everybody I'm right. And then meanwhile you're here like, so guys, let's
Daniel,
Let's-
you don't
let's
need to
play
go
a
on
game.
you don't need to go on a podcast for that. You just
let's
do
play
that
games.
every
Yeah, I'm
time you
gonna
open
start
your
a blog
mouth.
post being
The
I'm gonna start a blog.
blogspot.com/
Slash
I'm
just like-
right.
devil
No one-
may care
No
bastard.
one, no one uses
On
Blogspot
Tumblr.
anymore. Do people still use Blogspot?
No.
It's
Didn't think
Tumblr
so.
Right,
now.
topics.
It's like MSN.
Games. What games did you come up with?
I didn't think of anything.
Neither did I. So, the little bit of preparation that we did do, none of us did it.
Yeah.
So
I thought that would be your thing. You were the one who came up.
yeah, it was my idea to do the games, and I didn't come up with a single
Trust
one.
us. I thought you would know us enough to think these assholes are not gonna come
Yeah.
up with anything.
It's not
I
even
need
that.
to do it myself.
It's your podcast master.
It's your podcast,
Yeah.
bitch. If I give you this 20 pence, will you come up with a game?
Yeah, right.
Think of Max and I will have a conversation about
No dicks.
I don't know what did you get up to?
We could play Getting Over It with, what is it called? Brian Fodder?
Bennett Foddy.
Bennett
Yeah,
Foddy.
except people just listening to this won't be able to enjoy that. You can play it in the corner, and Max and I are gonna have a conversation.
No.
Okay? No.
We could get up some questions on your phone, Max.
What do you mean
Some-
questions?
Some fun, like, okay, Cupid
Some
questions.
Would you rather questions?
Some would you rather questions. Get them up. We're going to use them as prompts.
You're on the computer. Get them up. On
Yeah,
the,
get them
them up.
Yeah, alright.
Get them up on the thing. So
I'm
Max,
lazy.
Max, what have you been doing?
My week has been.
We're not going on BuzzFeed, never mind. No,
Yeah, get off.
I'm not getting on BuzzFeed.
Good.
So here's
Oh, nice.
Disgusting. Would you rather?
Yeah, 100%. Extremely dark. Let's do it.
extremely dark.
Yeah,
Extremely dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Uh-huh.
funny? Would you rather questions? Would you rather punch a clown or kick a cow?
Human. Funny joke.
Okay.
Oh, this is no.
Okay,
this is,
right, I'll do it.
I can tell this is shit right off the
Would
bat.
you rather
Okay.
participate in illegal activities along with your best friend / loved one without any? This is shit.
Yeah, this is shit. I told
This
you.
is shit.
Don't
I just
say-
saw Would You Rather Fuck Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
No, see,
Would
that's
you
shit
rather
as well.
None of
Love
these are
or-
fun. Do like.
Let's go on Reddit. That's
I kind of
the
want to
answer.
do like disgusting Would You Rather.
Yeah, no.
Like really
something-
gross
something
Would You
dark.
Rather.
Right, gross. You said gross. Would you rather?
Gross Would
questions?
You Rather.
Questions.
I
think
just
we-
want something that'll make me question my
We
morality.
could do Reddit 50-50, couldn't we?
Oh,
No, because if we-
no.
And then we have to describe it to the camera to the audio
To the people who aren't
want to,
watching.
listeners.
Oh.
I can't handle Reddit 50/50.
Really?
No, I
No,
can't.
I don't know if I can
There's
do it
some
today.
absolute grim stuff.
There's some gross stuff. I saw a kid get his face blown off one time.
Yeah, you see
Have
like
you guys heard
He was
of?
facing away from the camera, and then the bomb went off in front of him, and it just did that. Like you could see it through, and you could see through the eye holes and through the mouth hole. It perfectly scalped, but his face.
Have
That's-
you seen? Have you heard of Running the Gauntlet?
No, what is that?
Look it up. Like, don't go on the actual website, but just look it up.
Tell us
What
what it
is
is.
it?
Tell us what it is.
It's just this thing. It's like an internet challenge, and basically, it's called Running the Gauntlet, and it's like the ultimate test. Yeah.
There's a form of corporal punishment.
No, not that.
What
No.
is it? Just
tell us what it is.
Basically, it's like, yeah, the most, the description of the website,
yeah.
the most vile, puke-inducing, hard-to-watch videos on the internet. The proceed button only appears after the video is finished. So you have to watch a series of videos that get more and more disgusting and vile
Don't
and
do it.
horrifying.
No, I
absolutely do not. There are some horrible,
Really?
horrible things on
I actually can't do it.
vile. I've never been able to do it myself,
I
but
never
it is
watched-
vile.
I still haven't watched Two Girls, One Cup.
Well, I don't know.
Don't
Let's get it up. Let's get it up.
21 girl.
That's the
I
sequel.
don't wanna, no, I'm not watching this.
2 girls. Coop.
Cute.
Get rid of it.
Why?
Because I don't want to watch it.
It's funny.
I know it's like a rite of passage for 12-year-olds on the internet who are
You're
like,
still 12 years old. Daniel has not transcended. He's not. You're not a teenager
You need to
yet.
level up to 13,
Have you watched
Daniel.
it?
Yeah.
have you
Yeah.
watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? How?
It's a rite of passage.
It's
You're
a
still a
rite of
12-year-old.
passage.
I don't want to watch
You didn't
it.
earn your teenager badge. You didn't. I'm sorry. You're 12
No,
years old.
I-
You're still 12.
I earned my teenager badge by still being put to bed at 15 years old.
Seriously, put to bed.
Are you kidding me?
I had to kind of tell my mum one night, look, I'm 15. I can put myself to bed.
Like put to bed. Like
Well, no, just told like, oh, Daniel, it's bedtime. Go on, head upstairs.
I mean, that's all right.
Really?
Wait, what age?
15.
Okay, that's yeah.
Up
that's
until I
fair
was
choice.
13, I had to ask my parents to put me to bed.
That's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah,
worse.
it was the opposite with me. I'm really clingy with my parents. So I was
Aw.
like, Mom, could you please like put me to bed? And she's like, yep. So I got into bed,
That's
and what
so
she'd
cute.
do is she'd come in and she'd like say goodnight and like stroke my hair or whatever.
You don't want to
and then
like,
close the door.
you don't want to go to bed without saying goodnight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
That's
I'd
cute.
never ever
Aw.
go to bed without saying goodnight unless I'm in like a really bad mood.
Cute.
Yeah. Cute.
Cause I'm a nice person.
Yeah. I mean,
Unlike
debatable.
fuckhands.
Why were
Mike.
you googling budget music videos?
Budget music.
Budget music videos. I saw that.
It
No, I
was-
saw it on your.
Let me see.
No, I saw it on your new tab.
Yeah.
Where was
It's
it?
gone.
It's gone. Why is it
It
gone?
was
gone
because I was
forever.
looking for background music. I'm making a documentary called 3 Notes to Curtain,
Yeah.
and I was looking for background music,
Oh right.
and I didn't find any because it's all bad. Like, there's nothing that actually works.
Like royalty free.
We've got some questions up.
Okay.
Let's tackle them. I'll read them out, sure.
What do you want to do? These?
Would you rather lose your sex organs forever or gain 200 pounds for the rest of your life?
Lose my sex organs.
Yeah, sex organs.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question.
How heavy is like 200 pounds?
I don't know.
Oh, that's really heavy. What's a 400-pound guy?
I don't know how weight.
Well,
I don't know how
I'm
weight
just
works.
over 100 pounds.
Whoa, that's
So that's double my weight.
you're basically Boogie. Oh, Boogie's lost weight.
Yeah, he has. He's done well for
He looks
himself.
great. That's a 400. See, that would hurt.
What do you mean hurt?
You would
Putting
die
on?
early.
Yeah.
Probably would, yeah. If you're 200 pounds already and you put on, I'm fine losing my sex organs.
Yeah. Don't need them.
I'll be a candle. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Would you rather have sex with your cousin in secret or not have sex with your cousin but everyone think you did? That's really fucked up.
Oh.
Sex with my cousin in secret.
No.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I'd rather have to do it once and get it over with, or not do it at all,
Yeah,
but still experience the embarrassment and reputation ruining that comes with it.
Yeah, cousin's not as bad as say like sister
Hmm.
or something
I feel like I'm the type of guy
who doesn't care.
who doesn't give a fuck what people think.
Yeah.
So as long as I could, like, are people convinced that, like, I did it? Like,
Absolutely,
are
100%.
they all 100? I can't say.
Like, it's as if you did have sex with your cousin
doesn't
and
work
then it got
otherwise.
out.
There was a big media article published. Lloyd, Edgar,
Fuck.
filmmaker,
Has sex with his cousin.
has relationships with his cousin, which is still legal somewhere. So you could just like.
It
Move.
just is generally legal.
I mean, you
think.
can marry your cousin here, I think.
I think it's legal.
Is it here? I thought it was.
It's
outside.
legal, but it's highly frowned upon.
It's really it's not great.
It's not.
Not the Roblox review does not recommend.
Not
marrying
recommend
your
sleeping
cousin.
with your cousin.
Yeah, no.
Would
Stop.
not
Don't
do it.
that. I think. Oh fuck. I don't
I'd
know.
just get it over and done with,
Is
and
there
no
any,
one find out.
Is there any prerequisites for the actual act? Do you have to look, or can I close my eyes?
I mean, I'm sure you can close your eyes. Yeah.
I mean, so long as you've like physically engaged in the act
Yeah.
of sex.
Right. Okay,
With your
I'll do it.
cousin?
I'll do it in secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's
I'll do
secret,
it.
it's
I'll
fine.
fuck my cousin.
Right. You've twisted my arm. Okay.
My cousin.
If I really have to.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather get explosive diarrhea every time you meet your boss or every time you meet your significant other's parents?
Well, you need a job, but you don't need a significant other.
That's gonna be really loud.
Yeah, that microphone does not work the same way as this one does. That is really loud. I forget what the question was. Every time I see my boss.
Every time I meet my boss, because I don't work.
Yeah, but you're gonna work. You're gonna
Yeah,
start
you
Maybe.
need a job to survive,
I
but
might.
you don't necessarily need a significant other.
I might not.
You could just die alone.
Is
Yeah,
it
I
explosive diarrhea every time? So if I look
Well,
at him and then
yes.
look at him again.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Just
So
It's
every
the
time you
second
meet
every
your
time
boss,
you meet him. So every time you be like, Lloyd,
Oh.
Lloyd, can you come to my office, please? And then
you're
you
like,
walk in and
ah,
it's
fuck.
And is it once? Like, do I get diarrhea? I just use
like, what
the
is
bathroom,
explosive? Yeah, you just get it
and then I
once.
come back and then I don't have it, or do I have
Yeah.
it again?
I'm sure you just.
I think it's separate entities, not like a bathroom break and then a continued meeting. I think it's
Do you
separate
like
meetings.
hold it? Can you hold it in? Can you hold it?
No,
in?
because it's explosive
It's
diarrhea.
explosive, idiot. Did you read it? It's explosive.
But I would do it.
I'm just thinking
Significant
an
other's
extra pair of
parents.
trousers to wear. And a towel.
Ugh. And some wet wipes.
Would he start? Would your boss start like?
Some
Think
Febreze,
he has it
maybe.
Is there something wrong with him?
He's been gone for a while.
He seems to only shit himself when I'm around.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
something
weird.
Sexual thing. So I would do it every time I meet my significant other's parents because you don't need one, but you need a job.
Yeah, and you don't even need to see them that often. Like, let's be honest, you don't need to see them that often.
Well,
So-
maybe like twice a year.
Yeah.
Birthdays and funerals.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not gonna have diarrhea.
What?
I think I'd do significant others just for that reason, where it's like you're gonna see your boss a lot, especially if you work in like a small place.
Mm-hmm.
What if you're your own boss? Every time you look in a mirror,
Self-employed horror story.
self-employed diarrhea factory. That's the documentary of the guy who shows that option.
That's a good spin.
Would you rather have the head the size of a tennis ball or the size of a watermelon? How big is a watermelon?
Depends on the watermelon.
Yeah, is it? Are we talking like a honeydew where it's like just a bit smaller than?
No, but that's a
guy's
honeydew
head?
melon.
That's a melon. That's not a watermelon. A watermelon's its own.
Oh, a
Yeah, watermelon is watermelon.
Watermelon.
Oh, a watermelon.
Watermelon.
So,
I would do tennis ball because it's more convenient.
right, a guy with a watermelon head. All right,
Yeah.
you get blend in.
Yeah.
It's not the shape of a watermelon,
That would've
which would
been
be a different
size.
story. If you had a literal watermelon shaped head, okay, no,
Yeah,
that's too
you
far.
could.
That's disgusting. But if it's just the size, so like if I just did this, it's like, yeah, people
you
are gonna
have
look
a-
at me funny, but
It would just, if someone had a bigger head than usual, you wouldn't really notice they had a bigger head.
a tennis
Just-
ball, that's right off the bat. You're like, what is wrong with this human being?
Yeah, exactly.
That your neck is thicker than a tennis ball, so it's like your neck like gets like a little cone at the top.
No, but I want to. I
Oh.
want to.
You're small anyway, so
Yeah.
it'll really blend in.
I want to though. I want to.
Oh, maybe stop.
Strike three.
Why does it do this?
We're catching it pretty quick, so I'm pretty
I
confident.
mean, are you sure?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, look, even if we're not,
The last 20 minutes of footage has been black.
who cares?
And no one
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? No one's watching.
Yeah, they are. But you
So
look,
sad.
You looked up flipping footage of like StarCraft or whatever. You're like, look at that!
What?
Look out, guys! Look how good it is! And everybody's like, whoa.
Amazing.
Right, here's question 5.
Okay.
Guys. 5 guys. Would you rather have the best house in a shitty neighborhood or the worst house in a fancy neighborhood?
Worst house in a fancy neighborhood.
Yeah. No, I'd have the best house in a shitty neighborhood.
Why?
No,
Because
wait.
it's not even that good.
Worst house in comparison to what? Everybody else's houses?
Yeah.
Are we talking like the ghetto? Is it like a bad neighborhood, like where?
Because if you live in a fancy neighborhood and everybody has like incredible houses,
Then it's
and
not
then
going to
you
be
have-
hard to have
you
the worst
have-
house.
Yeah, you have the worst house. Like that. Could
That's
just
not that
be-
bad.
That could just
No,
be
not at all.
one less flat screen TV
Plus, at
than
least
all
the
the other
neighbors
houses.
won't like try and stab you.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
safe
that's
and
easy. That's easy.
comfortable.
The worst house in
A fancy neighborhood.
Easy. Okay, would you rather have extra?
No, that's an ad.
That's an advert. Would you rather have extra money?
Or no.
Check out this article.
On busting investment myths that'll help. Okay, never mind.
That's dope. 6. Would you rather have no penis or 5 peni?
I mean, I don't have a penis anyway.
Yeah. So would you rather have? That's the one. Never mind.
Would you take 5? Though, if you had the option, would you take 5?
Absolutely.
5.
5 penises.
Where are they? Like, are they? Is it like symmetrical? That
No,
like.
it's
Like
a-
one of my hands is just penises.
It's like a mohawk around your gooch.
Okay. I just imagine that.
Yeah.
I want to get
It's like
that
a,
out of my
it's like a
head.
little spiny, you know.
How do you sit down? You can't.
You just
tuck it in.
you just
Think-
tuck you just roll them up and
Yeah. You have to like get like a little hammock and just
Oh, that's so gross.
have to like pull them up so that they all kind of like line up and all touch each other and like some kind of
You like comb them.
like a roll of layered eclairs.
Ugh.
You know what I mean?
Layer dick layers.
Yeah, layered eclairs.
Are they all the same length? Or is it round?
Yeah, they're all your penis. It's just your penis. Painted 4 times.
Like
Oh.
5 jotes.
That's so. That's. I don't want to think about that. I would take 2.
Like a gooch mohawk.
I would take 2 dicks faster than I would take
2
5.
dicks. Oh, you take 2 dicks.
I'd take 2 dicks right
Take
now.
2 dicks.
You take okay.
I don't know. 5 seems like a lot.
Well, it says no penis, so you'd have none.
If you
None
don't have
None
a
or
penis, do you
5.
still have
All
the
or
balls?
nothing, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Do you still have the
yeah.
balls?
Just the ball.
I'd get them removed. I'd be
I
like,
mean-
well, at this point, what's the?
What's the
I mean,
point?
at least
Let's
you
get
can
rid of
still
it.
pee. Because pee is stored in the balls.
Yeah, that's right. Isn't that right?
Dan, don't touch anything.
I'm not touching it.
No,
Just 'cause
don't touch it.
Made a noise.
Don't touch
Okay.
it.
I thought I got scared because I thought a little Chrissy Stocken animated GIF at the bottom of the
She
screen.
wrote this article.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chrissy
I know you're tired.
Stockton.
Everybody's a bit tired.
Dino woke me up like 15 minutes early today.
Yeah, I arrived half an hour early.
Yeah.
And you arrived half an hour late. So.
Just
can't-
don't expect us to
Both
turn
suck.
up on
It
time.
counts as
And, like,
it takes. I
any-
drive faster than I think I do, and it takes me shorter to get places. Because I was telling you this. When you know you have to be somewhere, you don't want to like.
You don't want to sit around.
Yeah, you don't want to wait around for 15 minutes, being like, "Oh, I shouldn't leave yet. It won't take me that long." You know, what are you gonna do for 15 minutes?
In your own house, like,
Yeah.
there's nothing to do there.
I mean, yeah, no, because if I go to like sit down in my house, if I know I have to be somewhere and I go to sit down and just like take a load off, I'm gonna want to take a proper load off.
You want to take your
Please
clothes off.
stop
lie down.
saying take a load off.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna take a
Don't
load off.
Ah, let me take a
Massive.
load off.
I'm gonna take a massive load off all over the place. Right.
No, I mean like
Explosive load off.
if I go to sit down, I'm gonna want to just embrace it.
Yeah.
And just kind of like
Embrace the sitting
if I'm
down.
sitting down being like, oh, I have to be at this place in like an hour's time. How long will it take me to drive there? What's traffic going to be like and all that stuff? I don't want to sit there like constantly checking the time and wondering,
that's sad.
distracting myself from everything going on around me, from all the wonderful things that I'm doing.
Yeah. Let's do another question. Let's.
Okay.
These are getting dark. I just read over them and they're very dark. They get very dark very quickly.
Would you rather die saving 10,000 strangers from death, knowing no one would ever know it was you, or live knowing everyone would know you decided not to save 10,000 people?
I would die.
Yeah.
Really? That'd be your
That's not-
choice.
That's not really a hard question, is it?
That's not hard.
I would
Yeah.
I would die.
10,000 people's a lot. If it was like 10 people, like, come on. Obviously, needs of the many, but it's like, I'm selfish. I value my own life.
Okay.
I value my own life.
You have your future planned out.
Let's change that question. 10 people. I think that's a bit. 10,000. Okay, no one's gonna gonna say, "Oh, I'm more important than 10,000 people." There are 10 people.
If you depends on the context, doesn't it? You know, if there's, will people know that you would have died if you saved those 10 people?
Yeah, they know the situation.
Can we talk about that Vsauce video?
Didn't watch it.
The trolley problem.
Yeah.
You didn't watch it. Yeah.
The new one, his new show. What's it called? Minefield.
Minefield. Yeah.
Really good show. I mean, it's good. It's one of the good
good.
YouTube originals.
Yeah.
The trolley problem.
And you told me about that, where he sets up the trolley problem with real life
Yeah,
people.
that was really interesting. So he basically, if you haven't seen the video, watch it.
Watch it.
If you
This
don't,
is another recommendation
if
from
you don't
want to
watch
review.
maybe I'll describe it. So basically, they set out this experiment where I'm not going to go into all the details, but it works out that they have these 10 random participants, and they basically set up the trolley problem in real life on like video screens, and they're left alone in this place, and they know how to switch the tracks, so that it's the full on trolley problem. And it's really interesting because like a lot of the people just like froze and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then there's a different group of people who like stood up and actually got out and tried to like get someone else. And I think there was only like one or two.
There were two people who did, yeah.
Who actually switched the tracks. Those people, and it was traumatizing. Like they were like crying.
But it was just interesting to like see, because it was interesting for me to watch because these were people who didn't know they were being recorded or anything. So they were like sitting there, and it just looked like they didn't care. They knew what was happening. They could see on the screens, like, I need to, that the trolley problem was happening in front of them, and they were the ones at the lever. But it was the fact that they weren't kind of reacting to it.
I think it looks that way, but see, when you're like in that sort of situation,
Oh yeah.
if you got like a
you'd be
CT in their
freaking
head,
out.
it would be like 4th of July,
exactly.
like just fireworks. Like you would just see it light up immediately because they're like something's happening.
I just thought that was kind of cool that if somebody was there with them, then they'd probably be reacting more. But because it was just them, you could see them thinking, really.
It's that thing where like you just completely put on the spot and you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And you have to act fast, and the brain stops working. And I think that was a really interesting sort of thing that they.
It was a very Devon Brown style experiment.
Yeah. Well, did you believe that one where he did like the zombie apocalypse, the Darren Brown one?
What, that the guy actually thought he was
Well, did you believe any of it was real?
the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah,
no,
not
but
sure.
he told you it was fake.
Was it all fake?
What do you mean?
No, I mean like, did you believe that guy had no idea that he was in the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah.
Did you actually believe that?
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that.
Really?
It seems so fake to me. Like, how'd they actually pull that off? He was in there for like 2 days, wasn't he?
What, in the... Yeah.
In the sort of like the simulation that they set up.
Yeah.
So
what
you
do
know,
mean how it... What, do you think somebody...
should probably explain what it is. Darren Brown, he's like this...
He's a hypnotist.
He's like a
kinda-
hypnotist. He like
He's a
messes with
spooky
people.
guy.
He does all these psychological shows.
He
and
did this
everything.
show a while back where he set up like an end of the world scenario, but only for like one guy. And they brought in actors, and they got all his whole family to be playing in with it. And they like hacked his phones that would show like news articles about like zombie apocalypse breaking out. And they did this whole like they kept him for 2 days in this like simulation.
Well, yeah, they had him like, they built up to that, and then he took... I can't remember what it was. He was going on a journey. They like organised this trip for him. His family and everything were in on it too.
Yeah.
So he went on this...
Did you see it?
No, I didn't. I have no clue what you're doing.
So
But it
he went-
sounds interesting.
No, they took him on this trip, and then I can't remember what they did. He kind of hypnotized him on the bus. I'm skeptical about hypnotism, but I will.
You're skeptic?
I'll.
You're skeptic about
I'm
hypnotism?
I'm skeptical about hypnotism.
Thank you.
Okay,
Skeptical.
sorry.
I don't. Yeah, like the whole
Like,
zombie
but-
show. We'll not dwell on it, but I just think it was all fake.
I'll suspend my disbelief just for that, because I think it's less like, oh look, me watching it being like, oh look, what an idiot, thinking that zombies are real.
Yeah.
I think it's just interesting to see how real life people would act.
How they reacted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's just super
Like, because there's so many kind of fantasy and sci-fi situations that you can put yourselves in. So many of these situations that you think, well, how would I act in this situation? And
But
then
you never actually know.
you have
and you like try and predict it, like, oh, I'd totally do this, and then
Yeah.
it actually happens, and,
and
you're
then you have
complete,
and
like,
then you have the people
coward.
who are like, yeah, you have the people who are like, oh no, but you say you'd do that and you wouldn't, and nobody actually knows until you actually put somebody in that position.
That's a famous quote. I don't know who it was. It's like one of the famous boxers, like Mike Tyson or something like that, said, "Everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face." Where like everybody's like, "Yeah, I'd go in there and do like a right hook and like you know what I mean? They go for it." But then the second they're actually in there and the adrenaline gets going, they're like, "What is happening?"
They're actually faced with danger.
And I think that's what it's like being a boxer, because like obviously being a boxer you have to like learn to like move and like how to move and how to punch properly, but like 99% of the training for boxing is learning how to sort of combat that adrenaline. And that's why you see like with the Floyd Mayweather fight with Conor McGregor, it looked like Conor McGregor just went in it. He was hitting away at him. This was like a big fight. Like if you haven't seen it, what wrong?
Everybody knows.
Where were you?
So that's why I think that's why people explained that like at the start people thought Floyd Mayweather was just like they thought he was going to lose because he was like he was getting hit a lot.
Yeah.
But it was just because. Well, I think he said this. It was like he was trying to get into that headspace of like, okay, I need to focus. I need to get past this original like adrenaline rush and just focus in on actually getting strategy. And that's why he let himself get punched.
I'm sure he even he probably went in there thinking Conor McGregor, he's not a boxer, is he?
No.
So
he came from like UFC.
Yeah, he's a UFC fighter, and I mean, does well for himself. But he's going to go into boxing being like, oh yeah, it's easy. I know what I'm doing, and go in there and just wear himself out. Yeah. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather, who has been punched
40 chests.
Exactly, yeah. He's like been punched multiple times, been in so many boxing matches, that was his 50th win.
Yeah.
And he's there like thinking, all right, I know all the moves of the pro, beating this amateur is going to be easy because I'm going to be able to read him like that.
I was hoping McGregor would win. Like deep down.
Really?
I was like, I just because that was I don't know. Sometimes when this stuff happens, even when I'm watching movies, I like root for the bad guy. I root for the underdog sort of character.
See, you say that, but you remember when you watched Fight Club?
Yeah, but that's different. That's like.
What do you mean that's different?
It's like you're fucked up if you like root for the guys who are like torturing people. And, like,
yeah, they weren't torturing people.
He did. He roots for
them.
Yeah,
I did.
He's a bad person.
Anyway. Like, when I'm watching Star Wars, I'm like rooting for the Empire sometimes. I'm like, shoot him. I'm like, I want to see what happens. Like, I'm a bit like sort of, I don't know. I think that's kind of normal.
No, because we watched Fight Club together.
Let's not get down the Fight Club drain.
No,
we're not.
It's not this.
No,
we're not.
Stopping you now, Daniel. Do not go down that road.
I'm not going to have a lengthy conversation about Fight Club. The point is
30 seconds. It's on the clock.
When we watched Fight Club together, like taking notes, being like, what makes this a good film? What are the good points in this? And then by the end, you came to me about it.
20 seconds.
You were talking to me, being like, "Oh, but yeah, at the end, you like root for Edward Norton, but you don't root for Brad Pitt." And I was like, "Really? I still like Brad Pitt by the end of it." And then you're here saying like, "Oh yeah, no, I love the bad guy. I love the antagonist of this thing." So I'm calling bullshit on you. That's what.
That was perfectly timed.
Nice.
That was the point I was trying to make.
So here's my retort. It's not like, okay, yeah, maybe it's inconsistent. I'm not always like the bad guy is the coolest, but it's like I'd say a lot of situations where I'm like, I'm not rooting for the good guy. I'm just like, I want to see some shit happen here. I want to see like Han Solo get shot.
You want some like
I was like, yes, whenever Han Solo died in Force Awakens. I loved that.
Still haven't watched that film.
Spoiler alert.
Whoa!
That
was a bit late.
If you didn't, did you not really actually know that at all, that he died?
No, I didn't.
You actually did. What is wrong with you?
I didn't watch the film, and like any time, I just didn't care enough. Han
Solo died.
Han Solo died.
This just goes to the point where you try consciously to avoid spoilers. You're gonna find spoilers. Yeah. You're gonna run into spoilers no matter what.
And guess what? Luke Skywalker died in The Last Jedi. So.
Actually?
Yeah, like at the end.
Oh, what, like this one?
Yeah.
Oh no, Han Solo died. No, you're talking about the Force Awakens. Yeah. Yes, Han Solo died in that. Okay, I didn't know Luke Skywalker
well, I did just spoil. Luke Skywalker died in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, so. You just spoiled. I didn't watch that one. I haven't watched The Last Jedi.
Have you seen
it? I watched the last one.
Well, put up with it.
Oh, that's a shame. I like Mark Hamill.
You should watch it.
I'll watch it when it...
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. I liked Mark Hamill.
The grace period's over. The spoiler grace period is way over for that movie.
I like Mark Hamill. I do.
People who are like, it must be 15 years old before you can spoil it. Nah, fuck off.
What's he doing
2
now?
weeks. 2 weeks if you haven't watched it.
2 weeks tops. And then I'm coming at you.
Yeah.
It's like Get Out. I still haven't watched Get Out, and everybody raves on about the ending, but I haven't. I've
I need to
managed
see
not
that.
to.
I need to see that.
Yeah, we all need to see that. There you go.
Black
Let's
people
wa-
horror
let's watch it.
films.
So here,
Let's watch it. Here we go.
let's put it up. Daniel and I had a really cool idea for like, I guess you could say a segment on the
Oh
show.
boy.
We were thinking it'd be really interesting if like each week we say, for next week,
This is what we're
next week
going
we're
to
going to
watch.
talk about this movie.
Okay.
Watch it before next week, so people can actually get involved.
Get involved. Audience
Yeah.
Yell at their screens when
participation.
they're like, "No, you're not wrong."
Let's watch Get Out for next week.
Okay, we'll watch
Where?
Get
How am
Out.
I going to watch Get Out?
Is it on Netflix?
No,
It's
it's
like-
not on Netflix. It's not
Oh,
on Netflix
fucking-
or Prime.
You ever hear of Pirate Bay?
I'm not a pirate. Poor Daniel Kaluuya's
Yeah.
film.
He's doing
I
okay.
first saw him in Black Mirror. It was great. I first saw him in the first season of Black Mirror, and I was like, you know what, this guy's cool. I'm glad
Let's
he's.
save Black Mirror until we have Shannon on. I think I want to have
He's
Shannon on the show.
flip. Bring Shannon on.
Shannon Ritchie, good pal.
We can have a Black Mirror inspired episode.
Aw.
Black
Have you seen
Mirror
any
themed
Black Mirror
episode.
episodes?
No, I really want to though.
Do.
It's
Right, so-
isn't it like a modern Twilight Zone kind
Basically.
of?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Let's not get into it, but like I to this day I feel guilty over Shut Up and Dance.
What do you mean guilty?
I still like feel guilty.
No, that's not good. Okay, okay.
We're not gonna get into it, but
No,
I'll
don't-
just say that.
don't
I'll
you
just say
dare.
that.
Just say that. I don't know what you mean, but let's just leave it there.
Right. Do you wanna? Should we continue?
Would you? I think.
So Get Out. If you can see it,
go
see
on.
it. We're
We've
gonna
gone
talk
for
about
an
it.
And we'll
hour
do
and
it next
50
week.
minutes.
Let's talk about it as well next week.
It and Get
Do you want
Out.
to talk about it?
Anna got me that for Valentine's Day. Thanks, B. It was great. Such a good movie.
So good.
I
Stellar.
love it. I love it.
So good.
It's
Are you going to see? Oh, flip! I'll tell you. What's the date today?
what?
The 17th?
17th, 18th, 19th. Yeah. Are you going to see Cat on the Hot Tin Roof?
No.
I don't know what that is.
The NT Live.
No, I'm not. You think I'm?
Do you not go to the NT
theater
Live
nerd?
productions? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Edgar. No, I didn't know how Cat and Hot Tin Roof was on.
This Thursday. This Thursday.
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Hmm,
I'm going to see it.
I'm not seeing it.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and go see it anyway. I'll probably be there. I'll bring
Why
bring
is it
people
in
along.
Japanese?
I don't know.
a Japanese calendar.
I changed a setting on my computer and now my calendar's in Japanese.
That's
so
cool. Okay.
I think it
Well,
looks
anyway,
cool.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go see Cat on a Hot Tin Roof
If
is
you
showing.
do go see it, then like take me with you.
Yeah, come with me.
You got
I'll,
me with you.
Okay.
I'll get.
Tell me about it next week.
I'll get
I'm not
Elaine
going-
Allen.
Tell me about it the following week.
I'll get Elaine Allen, teacher in charge of drama at Regent House School, to mention it to everybody.
Okay. Wait, is that next Thursday or?
Yeah, this Thursday.
Oh yeah, this Thursday. That's my birthday, you know. I'm seeing.
Yes. Yeah, you said that.
I'm seeing Black Panther on my birthday.
Yay!
Anna got me it for Valentine's Day.
At
Very
the
excited.
Omniplex.
Yeah.
She got
No.
you tickets for Black Panther.
Well, she's going with me. That's the point.
So you pre-booked tickets for a film. Does anyone still do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the VIP showing. You know,
What do you mean the
VIPs.
VIP showing?
I don't know what comes with it. Free popcorn and parking. Either way, Anna was in. Well, Anna is in New York while we're filming
New York.
this. New York.
Love you, Anna. Love you so much.
Love you. She is in New York. She's loving it. It's her first time in the States,
Yeah.
and she left on Valentine's Day. So
Yeah.
we missed it. Just like April's away.
Yeah.
in
Liverpool.
I was
Liverpool.
just dead on Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
just dead.
I went out with my mom
You zoned
on
out.
Valentine's
You zoned
Day.
out for the whole day. So yeah, we're gonna do Valentine's Day when she gets back, and then
I'm going to see Black Panther.
go see Black Panther.
Cute. Alright.
Yeah.
Kit?
Let's right. We're getting to the end. Let's
Are we?
Do you really want to go to the end of these?
let's finish to the 10, and then
Okay.
we'll cut, and then we'll say goodbye.
Okay.
I don't want to finish on a would you rather question.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
do
Oh,
it.
fine.
Right, number 8.
Stop watching now. You can turn it off now.
We-
They won't-
No!
You can turn it off now and they won't be offended.
Would you rather peel all your nails out of your fingers or pull all the teeth out of your mouth? Nails grow back, don't they?
Nails grow back. Nails.
Easy, nails.
It's my
And teeth would hurt more.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Because you're getting nerves and shit, and like
Haven't you asked me that one before?
probably.
I feel like you've
I
said
would
that
do
before. I feel like you've made
nails.
that point.
I
Before.
didn't let me just say I didn't copy it from Thought Catalog. I didn't copy it from Chrissy Stockton, so I don't know where she copied that from. But we copied it from the
She
same
copied
place.
it from you.
Yeah, I Good
Chrissy
friend.
Stockton, please credit Lloyd Edgar for
Yeah.
number 8 on your list of 50
And give me
would
some
you
of that,
rather.
give me some of that
so we'll just
advertising
leave
revenue
forever.
on question 5.
Published on July 12, 2014.
Okay, number 9. That was easy. What would you do? Sorry, I don't think I got your answer.
As much as I hate it, as much as I hate the thought of it, I would do nails.
Yeah.
Because there's less of them
Yes,
and they
yeah.
grow
I mean,
back.
that's what it is. One bad thing versus the other bad thing. You're not going to enjoy one of them.
All right, number 9. Would
Unless you
you
were
rather
single.
freeze to death or burn to death? I like the cold.
Freezing burns, though. Don't you get to a point where you're so cold it burns?
No, I
Yeah.
don't get that.
Yeah. No, no, people do.
And I probably will if I get frozen to death, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think burn to death would be much sorer.
No, because you burn all your nerves off. It would hurt for like a few seconds and then it would be fine.
I think
No,
would
it'd
just-
hurt for a couple minutes.
It would hurt for a while. You're burning to death.
It would be excruciatingly painful for a few minutes.
I'm
and then
pretty
you
sure
wouldn't
that's.
feel
No, I'm
anything.
pretty sure.
You'd either die from the shock or
Wasn't that like when they were
die.
burning witches? Didn't they? No, but I'm pretty sure that's the thing. When people used to burn witches,
Witches.
in inverted
We
commas,
do not condone the burning of
Let 'em
fake
live.
accused witchcraft
Let 'em-
practitioners.
Let them live.
women being told that they're witches. I thought that was a thing. Like when they were burning witches, they all their nerve endings got burnt off, so they
Yeah.
couldn't feel it anymore.
Well, how would they know? How would anyone know they died?
Because they stopped screaming.
That one might have been because they died.
They
But
fucking
no, it
passed
is
out.
actually.
No, well, all that, but
They
even-
passed out
but
from the pain.
Depending on how long the pain would, that would be my thing. It would how long would it hurt before either like.
I would rather
unconscious-
freeze to death.
Yeah.
It's a bit less terrifying.
I feel like I'd burn to death. I feel like that would be even though the scarier option.
Because
Like,
Daniel's just a fucking
be
edge.
badass.
No, even though it's on paper it's the scarier option. I feel like it would just be. It'll be easier. I feel like there's
Daniel
some,
thinks burning to death is not that bad.
No,
or
that
a 10.
feel-
I want to do a Jack Torrance out of Shining. I just
Absolutely.
want freeze.
I would
Oh,
100% do
freeze
Jack
in the
Torrance.
Yeah.
With like the grimace and everything. Like,
like-
"Grr.
It's like
Daddy!
it's crazy eyes. Like
Daddy, come
that's
here."
funny. I found that shot funny.
yeah, I don't
It's
think
good.
it probably was very scary back then, but I don't think it lands well today. It just
No,
looks
because
like
it was
a
a
joke.
meme picture for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When you
Last
know,
one.
but she keeps sucking.
Number 10. I mean, there's 11 pages of this, but I don't think we're
Fine.
gonna do all 11.
Fine, stopping at 10.
Okay. 10. Would you rather have no arms or no legs? That's a
No
shit
legs.
one.
No legs.
No legs.
No legs. Because I can still. I'm not gonna even.
Yeah.
Because you can still get around
You
by
have
like
still do
You have
mobility
wheelchairs. You don't
assistance.
have like. Wait, how do prosthetic arms work? Can you control
Not
them?
well.
Or
That's not that
would
well.
you just have like two?
But you can get prosthetic legs.
Yeah, you can. Like,
and you can
they're
just
making them.
do like a double peg leg.
Did you
Wait,
see
what?
that guy? There's like a CEO of a company, and he like got his legs blown off in like war or something like that. I
What,
don't
like
know
all the
story.
way up to his waist?
Yeah, and he literally he started a company. He was like an engineer, and he like literally has built himself legs, and he's testing them every day because he just wears them.
Alright.
And like you can see videos of him running about the place, and like it's wild. He looks like Terminator.
Alright, sweet. I'll just do that. Then. I'll
Yeah, no legs.
I'll
Just
go
like
to,
wait for 10 years. That'll be a thing.
I'll start a Make-A-Wish. What are they called? The Wish
Make a Wish
Foundation.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Please get me legs.
Yeah, I have some prosthetic legs.
Mark my
give
words.
me
10
legs.
years, we're all gonna have prosthetic legs.
Oh,
All of
I
us.
Fucking hope
Yeah, we're
so,
all gonna
man.
be androids.
I hope so.
Anyway, I think we're gonna end it there.
Cool.
Thank God.
Good show. I mean, was it? You
Nice
tell
job,
us.
everyone.
Let us know.
Please let us.
Please dislike this video so
Yeah.
we don't have to do this again.
Yeah, if you liked it, dislike it.
Let me know if you got bored watching. Like that'll be interesting for us to find out.
Also, name suggestions would be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we
'Cause
never actually named it. No,
Lloyd-
let's name it now.
Let's name it now. Let's
Okay,
name it
okay,
now.
okay, okay.
There's 2 minutes left. Let's name it now. I think we should call
What
it.
are we gonna call the Roblox review?
Let's got. See,
Yeah.
no one has any. This is a name generator.
Easy.
This is
Podcast
cheating.
name generator. With free.com domains.
Oh my
Oh, no, that's not
God.
That's a virus.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Quora, what are some good podcast name ideas?
Quora.
We've stopped talking now because
Yeah,
we're
we're just
busy.
looking at-
Googling.
we're looking at
just
Quora.
looking at Quora. There's a minute 20 seconds left. Somebody think of a name. The Edgar.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you not want your name in it?
We could do like okay, here we go.
These are
The
all
pod-
terrible.
The Strike Cast.
No.
The Team Cast.
Let's
The
do
Media Cast.
the big boys. What do you think of that?
Big Boy Cast?
That seems a bit.
The big boy gang.
Big boys and girls.
Bad Boy Teenager Club.
Bad boy teenager club.
I
don't
like Bad
that.
Boy Teenager Club.
Have you stolen that from something though?
No, I have
What's
not.
that out of? What's
No,
that out of?
genuinely Bad Boy Teenager Club.
Google Bad Boy Teenagers to see if it's taken. Because I feel like...
Because I have the Bad Boy Teenager Monarchy.
What
Who
is
is
it?
he? Who is he?
Yes.
Who is the Bad Boy Teenager?
Guess who's back in town? It's the Bad Boy Teenager Club. They beat me up and stole my shoes. They stole my shoes. The Bad Boy Teenager Club took turns wearing my shoes and they made me watch. They made me watch the whole thing. The Bad Boy Teenager Club is nothing but trouble. Watch out. You might be their next victim. The teenagers beat me up and stole my shoes. And they took turns wearing them and they made me watch.
What?
Put that away.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my word.
subscribe to that guy.
Okay. Oh, 15,000 subscribers. I don't think we can do
can't
Bad Boy
do that.
Teenager
We can
Club.
do Bad Boy
can't do that.
Teenager
People
Club.
know that. We've gone over it. We're at 2 hours now.
We could do the big boy teenager club. Big boy. That's different.
What about when we
Two-Door Cinema Club.
I don't know what that is.
It's
a band
band
from Manga.
Yeah, they're from
And it's a
Bangor.
pretty big deal now.
Really?
Yeah, they're quite famous actually.
You can't. Let's not Google. No, let's not Google.
Get striked.
Let's put Two-Door Cinema Club as our outro music.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
They are pretty good. Name. Let's turn it off. Copyright.
Subscribe.
Give us a subscribe to Lloyd Edgar, and next week we
Yeah.
will have a name.
Yeah.
Next time we will
What
have
about
a
it?
name.
What about the Depressive Gnome Nightmare Boys?
Next time we will
They're-
have a name.
Because it's the opposite of Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Depressive Gnome Nightmare Boys.
I have no clue what either of those.
I don't know what either of those things are.
Yeah.
Look up Manic.
Let's do.
Ah!
No,
What do you think of Big
let's end
Boys?
this.
What do you think of Big Boys?
I
as
think
a-
Big Boys is a safe go-to.
The Big Boy Club. I think
Yeah.
that's cool.
Big Boy
What
Club.
happens, what happens when we have a girl on it though?
It's just the Big Boy Club.
It's still Big Boy Club.
It's just the Big Boy
We're
Club.
big and we're boys, and it's our club.
The Big Boy Club.
Big Boy Club.
Okay, fine, Big Boy Club.
You've been tuned in to the Big Boy Club on FM 101.8. I hope you enjoyed.
FM 101.8.
Okay, say goodbye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hey, there's no way without you. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, there's